7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Yes, today we do Bring Your Tactics. Just came out of the gym. Sorry if I look a bit not the same. Yeah, hope you guys are well. Yes, it's been one of those days. Yes, hope you guys doing okay, man. So we're gonna hopefully get some tactics in. We gotta change the teams because Atletico Madrid finished the season. As you probably recall, this is the show. Yes, it's Bring Your Tactics. A chance for you to bring in your tactics. The goal here is just to share perspectives, right? Yeah, we check out your tactic. Maybe it's a phenomenal system because quite often nowadays I see a lot of really good tactics coming through, and I'll play with it, share my thoughts with you. It's not meant to be a critique like, oh my god, I'm gonna rate your tactic from 1 to 10 and kind of thing. No. It's meant to be like, you know, what would I do if I was playing with your tactic? What would happen if I was a goal down? How would I react? Or maybe what are the important areas of the pitch I'm worried about in terms of substitutions? What kind of transitions am I looking at specifically with your tactical system? So it's just thoughts that I might share, like maybe even, you know, if I would use the same system, the players that are important. Now, for most of these tactics, most of the ones, I think the ones that come from Discord, we'll be playing the tactics for the first 45 minutes. And then after that, that's when your tactic, you know, no changes. And then after the second half, we'll make certain changes just to see what would happen with the tactical system, whether it plays differently. Sometimes we just experiment if the tactics really good. I'll just come out and say so, you know. Then you'd hear the words, I don't want to make changes just because I feel I need to make changes, right? So yeah, so don't be shy. We'll be looking at all the tactics very soon. And for the guys on Discord, don't forget, you pop in your tactics as soon as you can. Meanwhile, the guys out there, you are watching the stream, you're probably eager to get your tactics in. Yes, I'm going to give you a link, yeah, that will allow you to pop in your tactics. Eventually, I'll get to your tactics. I'll play with some of them, but not all of them, right? I probably won't have time. A lot also depends on the missus, right? Yeah, man. My missus has a chance of coming in and going, Daljit, I need you now to pick up the boys. I'm like, okay. Stop playing your games. Okay. So the link is in chat. All right. So what kind of team do we use? Okay, the thing here is this. When we're doing this kind of tactical changes, now, okay, frankly speaking, in Football Manager, if you have a really good team, you can make a lot of tactics work. But even with a good team, sometimes your tactics might struggle to create chances, right? So then you can really point to the tactic. But then when you're playing with certain weaker teams, then you're looking at you need certain kind of players for your tactical system ultimately, right? If you look at my save in Napoli when I just got relegated, I used the ridiculous system where we had multiple trequartistas, Strikeless system. But then when you get the right kind of players to the system, it's not an issue. At the end of the day, you still need the players to the system. It's no longer the case of 0304 where you stick in a tactic and, you know, it doesn't matter who you play, you're still going to win. No, nowadays you've got to give it some thought as to the kind of players that you need. So if we're going to do a show like this, we need to actually test it with a semi-decent team. We can't go to some bottom of the table team and then try it out, because then, you know, you still need to get players in to, you know, you got a complete wing back, bring players in who can play that position. Speaking of which, now for lower league tactics, right? I often hear the word that player, you can't use that role because that role cannot be used in lower leagues. Actually, that's not true. You can use any role in the game at any level. What you need to remember is most of these roles are hard-coded to behave in certain ways. If you understand what the hard coding does, then, you know, you can just take advantage of it. For example, I like to use trequartistas even in lower league tiers. Why? Because trequartistas drop very deep. As long as they can hold up the ball, they can pass the ball, they got composure, I'll use them. Does it mean that they need to be able to dribble? No, I'll just put more players in there to support him. So what do you do with lower leagues when you're playing these kind of roles? You just got to think about what their role is supposed to do, and then you got to make sure that that role has options. It's the same for any kind of role in the game. If you create a system where there are no options, it doesn't matter if you're a lower league team or a top tier team, you're going to struggle anyway. So let's kick on with the show. Yes. So here we got Borussia Dortmund, right? Just start. I mean, this one is some experimental save that I was doing last time with with tactics. This is my 4-4-2. It is my 4-4-2. This is my 4-4-2. Yeah, this is the 4-4-2 I play with. Right, so didn't do too badly. Yeah, for the first couple of games, smashed everybody. Okay, never mind. So now we're gonna load some of your tactics in here. We got a couple of players here. So speaking of which, let's first bring the tactics in. All right, we've got a couple of tactics. This is the public Dropbox folder. We've got 2 here already from the Discord, so we'll download these. 317. Okay. All right. What do we do? Downloads, extract files, put them into D. Sports Interactive, Football Manager, Tactics, BY. Oh sheesh. File new window. I just remembered something. We have to check whether there are any other funky tactics in there, right? We don't want to have too many tactics. That's Dropbox. Okay. I knew it. We have a lot of tactics here. Thank goodness, man. All right, we got these 2. Copy. Come in here. No, not here. Where's the other window? Come in here. Okay. And we'll stick them in here. Done. We're ready to go. All right. So we're gonna load. D. Sports Interactive. We're in the folder already. Tactics. BYT. So we got Blackpool. All right. This is cool. 4. Okay. This is interesting. A 4-1-4-1. Haven't seen this in a long time. Thank you very much for making this a fun show. Because we haven't had a 4-1-4-1, right, in a long time. Last week we had all kinds of funky systems, man. So we got, let's see what we got. We got winger, no PIs, no PIs, no PIs, no PIs. Wow, you really no PI, man. Apparently you don't go to other websites to download NAP tactics or other kinds of tactics. Find out there are a lot of PIs in the tactics. And there's nothing wrong. Either way, it's fine. Okay, so we've got a winger here. So let's do it. He's got to dribble more around while we ball across more often. So basically, you want a player that can be a winger, right? So he's got acceleration. He's got some crossing. Fantastic aggression. I love aggression, right? It's my go-to right now. Determination. He's got some off the ball. Knocks ball past opponents. Okay, fine. He might stumble and fall over his feet, his shoelaces once in a while. His agility and balance is pretty average. Okay, all right. What about this guy over here? Inverted winger. Now he's strong with the right foot. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, pretty average again. Concentration of phenomenal. Maybe we get someone else. Okay, he's a bit more interesting. He's got better mentals. His physicals are okay. He can dribble. I think he can finish. He's got composure. He's got off the ball plays 1-2s. This is actually kind of nice. So we're gonna probably put Reina in here. I guess Reina is more. It's kind of more fun to play Arena, right? Okay, here we got Wolf, right? Wolf is he's okay. I mean, tackling is there, his marking is okay, his winger on support, so generally he's probably gonna try and cross from deeper positions. Failing which, we can always bring pass luck in. And then I think this team has got a lot of players. Got Haller. I joke. Okay, hold on. Let's look at the registration. Have they got every player registered? Okay, we got Haller. A joke. Yeah, the thing about Germany is fantastic, right? Bundesliga, I mean, it is one of the best youth leagues in the world. I mean, if you want to develop youth players, right, just come here and sign as many players as you want. Go out there, scout the whole of Colombia, Mexico, the whole of South America, China, the world over. Bring them all to Germany. Make them play here. It's kind of fun. Okay, Marco Reus, jumping. Okay, one thing I don't like about DLFs, right? DLFs, Deep lie forward, they drop deep. You're looking at players that can create chances, have the strength to hold up the ball. He doesn't have the strength. I mean, how do you know what he needs? Okay, come in here, swap to striker. Look at DLF on a 4. These are all the active attributes that are needed for the role. Look at balance, look at strength. You need strength. He's going to hold up the ball. He's going to be jostled. Like, players are going to come at him and go like, want to take the ball off him. So his strength isn't very good. Now, it doesn't mean that he's terrible at the role, but we'll try him out because the other players, like his passing, his vision, this guy is basically ask him to go attack and then forget all about the ball after that. Are you okay? Maybe okay. I mean, he might be a better option because he's got lots of strength with jumping reach. He's got some passing, decent vision decisions. We'll try him out. Okay, are you okay? All right, as a DLF on attack. So let's go. So looking at your tactic, right? Looking at the tactical system, I think it's safe. Right? It's a very safe system. Balance, shorter passing, higher tempo counter. This tactic is a lower... Okay, in the lower leagues, like, I normally don't play with one striker systems because then I have to get these guys into attack. When I have to get these guys into attack, then this becomes like, he's moving here. The Regista, you don't expect him to be aggressively patrolling the area because the Regista is just going to hang around here, right? So he needs players that do all the work. So if this team that is pretty good struggles with this tactic, you're gonna have to make a lot of changes. Now, I personally think that a 4-1-4-1 in lower league tiers should generally have attacking duties on the flanks, right? Get them up the pitch, get them to support that striker quickly. And get yourself so you can get yourself into good goal scoring positions early. The best form of defense in the lower leagues is actually attack. Now, you just don't. I'm not a big fan of mid block in the lower leagues, right? I've always found that I'm very successful with more aggressive tactics in the lower leagues. Now, this is a mid block. So for the first 45 minutes against Hertha Berlin, looking at the possession numbers, like 40% possession, you can see in terms of us trying to, they're getting the ball behind our tiers. We're not really pressuring them so far. Like, we can drop it. We're on comprehensive highlights. So far, it's every highlight. Most of the highlights are them attacking us. This is the first one where we built up play and we got into the area. That's his first chance of the game. So he's a DLF on attack duty. You've got support duties left and right of him. So he's still going to try and get into the area and score goal. So my advice is, this role is not very handy if you're a lower league team, because unless you pass and forget, this is a pass and forget tactic. So while we are lucky, they've got a player sent off, I would make small changes to your tactical system because we want to use the width provided by these guys so they can put pressure on their fullbacks. Look, there's no pressure on their fullbacks at the moment, right? Meaning, when we have the ball, if you're attacking them, you're putting pressure on their fullbacks because their fullbacks will come back and defend. Instead, they're getting plenty of chances to attack us. Right, so we're up to the 45th minute and it's still the same story, right? So while his balance is good, I mean, if you're worried about your mentality, balance is a safe mentality to start with, but it's not going to do you any favors in a lower league. Lower league is about putting pressure, getting to put pressure on them. That's it. I have never played like mid blocks in the lower leagues unless it's 4-3-3. Which has got 3 attacking players, right, in the final third. So, or a 4-2-4. Then I'll play a mid block because I've got 4 attacking players in the final third. So all I want to do is win the ball and put it into the area quickly. But this tactic has a mid block, but when you counter, you're expecting build-up play like this to happen. So by the time you get into the final third, there's nothing happening because there's no support. Right? And you end up having to do this again. You look at the build-up play. Again, he goes up, he stops, and then one over the top, DLF on attack, right? He gets into the final third. He's gonna go for goal. He's not gonna wait for other players to come to him. So what can you do to make this tactic slightly different? Make it more attacking. get those players into the final third, at least commit a player into attacking. So there's several ways we can do this, right? With a 4-1-4-1. 4-1-4-1s are fantastic, but here Mazzala, nothing is happening here. This is a fullback who's staying defensive. Why don't you just get this guy to be on attack, getting forward? All right, this Mazzala can come in on support and support this player. Okay. Then we got one more player here. Tell him to be an inverted wing on attack. He drives into the area. Now, when he drives into the area, you might get a natural overlap from this role. Now, you see, the thing is, even if you play an inverted winger on support, this role should really be told to get up the pitch and attack. You can even use a complete wingback, or if you're a bit worried, use a fullback on attack. Now we've got one winger on attack supporting the striker. The striker now doesn't have to play as a DLF on attack. But what can you do? I mean, he is just going off on his own, right? How do you get him to be a part of another team, especially in the lower leagues? There's one other role that you might want to consider. Pressing for on support. He drops down instead of going, holds up the ball. Now he just drops down, waits for somebody to play the ball to. Okay, now we've got this tactic. Now, how do we make it possible for us to draw a team to one side? You got focus play. Focus play encourages more of your play on one side of the pitch. More passes will happen there. And the central midfielders move towards the side of the focus. Right? So they're going to move towards the left. All right. So we've got this focus play happening. So now we've got this guy doing a natural overlap. I mean, this is now a natural overlap because this guy's going to come in. Okay, we got a register here. Well, fine. I mean, well, okay, we won't change his role just yet. This mess is going to support this winger. This fullback on defense is here. Yeah, he's not, okay, I'm not a big fan of keeping him back, but you must have a very good reason for doing this. So we're just going to make small changes only. Right? I don't want to make major changes to your tactic because I'm not sure about the players that you might have. Now, this is pretty okay. This is fine. You're keeping it, you're not. If you do this, what will happen is you get a lot of two-on-one situations where more than one person goes to press somebody. This is much better sometimes with a mid block. All right, we can do this. Now, stop crosses just means that these two are he's going to help him to stop a cross. This guy's going to help him to stop a cross. Okay, then we'll let that. So, simple change, right? We haven't done too much, right? So now we've got pressing forward, drops deep. We got Bellingham moving up and a box-to-box midfielder. So there are two central players coming up this way. We got one winger. So now it's actually what we've created is a winger that's going to drive down the flanks. It may not be fantastic, but it is a safer. It's a bit more of it's a slightly different option, right? So we don't lose the player. We don't get the center opening up too much space. So now we've got players attacking. You got a wing back doing a natural overlap. You got a winger stretching the width on one side. More importantly, you got focus play on the left. When you focus play on the left, you're going to create more space elsewhere, right? So you're going to create more space down the right. Yeah, so this is how I probably would play it, right? So that I can get more attacks. So now, I mean, they have a player sent off, right? But I would definitely be even more aggressive if I'm faced with 10 men, right? Why would I want to be so defensive, right? Okay, but you can see now, we're attacking them and we're getting into the area. But what if you wanted to? Positive, passing is going to be shorter. Let's just go for the goal, eh? Let's kind of beat this team. Complete wingback on support, nothing wrong with this role. Keep this guy as register is boring. Okay, we'll just go deep line playmaker on support. Holds his position. All right, but he covers more ground. Okay. We'll do the box to box, Bezala on support. I mean, I personally actually would prefer this guy to be a CM on attack or a CM on support. Okay, we go CM on support. So he doesn't go this way, he goes this way. Right, so now we got this guy dropping, we got this guy coming up, this guy coming up, this guy giving way. So if you can draw lines, straight line, straight line, straight line. He gets the ball, he comes in here looking for somebody to play the pass to. Right? Okay. And now we got fullback on attack doing the natural oval. He's gonna let's go score. Let's go and score some goals. Get this guy to drive up the pitch as well. Okay, so we changed the tactic to become a bit more aggressive, but we're still maintaining a balanced mentality. But this is one way you could play this tactic. There are a lot of other ways you can play a 4-1-4-1. One of the more popular ones, more popular ways of doing it is actually to have wingers on attack, right? Both wingers on attack, and 2 CM on supports. So your wingers are stretching their flanks. Your pressing forward is coming down. Your 2 central midfielders are getting into the area. So you get players who want to get into the final third. So I don't know who this guy is. We're just gonna stick him in. I don't like the fact that we have to concede a free kick. So this is how I would set up your formation. Now and try and push. I mean, now we're going for goals, so naturally you will see a bit more defending. Oh, okay, 60th minute, right? Please, no matter how good your team is, please make substitutions. Doesn't matter who you're playing against, right? And what your situation is, because you definitely have to make substitutions. Because the problem in any lower league save, speaking of which, my lower league guide is coming out tomorrow. Took me a while to edit it. I just did it like a simple lower league guide where everything is done point form. I mean, not point form, but I covered the salient points in the lower league guide. Even if I was managing Blackpool, right, I will definitely have options off the bench for the 60th minute. And it's going to be the critical points of my tactic. So in your tactic, it's going to be all the 4 players in midfield, right? All 4 of them. Your 2 wingers and your 2 centre mids. And I would recommend that if you're going to use these kind of roles which don't attack the centre, get players who have the trait gets into opposition area. That's what you want. You want these guys to get into opposition area. So go and get the trait, especially players that are going to attack the area. You want those guys. Because that is how you're going to win with this tactic. But if I were you, if I want rapid promotions, I would not be playing a 4-1-4-1. But if this is how you want to, if this is your goal, you want to play a 4-1-4-1, then I would set it up like this. You see notice the gaps that have opened up because we've gone a bit more attacking, right? So the fullback on defend, right? You can still use that. So like here we got complete wing back, but we got a winger on attack there, and your goalkeeper is set to do this kind of distributions. Okay, but generally I would disappointing, but yeah, we played it for 45 minutes before I could make any changes. But I would definitely be finding a bit more bite in your tactic, because this is not good enough, right? Mazala coming in this way, he's not going to go into the box, right? So the other option is the CM on attack, but CM on attack, this guy is still going to run into the hole. So pressing forward and support is better, or even a pressing forward and support is the best role here for this role, for this position, or even an F9 dropping deep, right, and giving you time to build up play. But then if you're a lower league side and you're playing like a mid block, you don't want that. You want to get into the area and score goals, but you don't have that set up. There are multiple ways we can do this. We can go inverter winger, we can go winger on attack, right? Then you have like a CM on support here. Yeah. Now then you can play a pressing forward on support. Now what you have is this guy dropping, these two guys coming up, this guy's giving you the width. Problem with this tactic is your lack of a player that is moving around, keeping up with this attack. I will go with deep line playmaker on support or roaming playmaker on support, these two roles. And then I will add a focus play down the left. Now when I put a focus play down the left in this kind of a tactical system, this guy becomes a main goal scorer. He becomes a goal scorer, this guy becomes a goal scorer. You really looking at this guy to help you defend. So yes, a fullback on support would be good. A fullback on defend is fine. Even a wing back. But I probably wouldn't have this sit narrower. Yeah, I won't apply sit narrow. It's not my favorite instruction for any kind of a tactical system. Sit narrow just affects your defensive transitions as well. So I would remove this. You can of course do stop crosses. You can maintain this. Counter, yeah, if you want to play like this, that's fine. The other thing is you can also distribute, ask your goalkeeper to distribute the center backs if you're playing ball playing defenders, but you're not, you're playing central defenders. See, when you do this, your goalkeeper invariably decides he's going to kick the ball. Sometimes throwing it to your fullbacks is also a good option, right? So you want to consider building up play as well. Because if you look at your tactical system, it doesn't have enough players in attack. Now, this tactic also likes another distribution style, distribute to flanks, because you got the extra players there. So these are things that you can do with your tactical system. I would probably change it like this. Yeah. If you, there are also other options, no? There are other crazy options like here. The inverted wing back on support, right? These guys come into the center, right? These guys go on attack. This guy goes on attack as well. This guy comes in, this guy comes in, this guy goes on attack as well. These two become inverted wingbacks on defense, right? They come in here, they sit in this hole. These are your drivers then in your tactic. So this is another way you can set up the 4-1-4-1. All you got to do is make sure that these guys have fantastic acceleration and concentration and anticipation and decisions. But if you're playing a Black Bull, I don't think that's those attributes that you'll find very easily. All right, next tactic. Yeah. Okie dokie, let's go. Did I see the match last night? No, babe. I was sleeping with the children. They all came home last night. Daddy, long story. I had to tell them stories, read to them. 3 Little Pigs. One of my youngest has got this thing for the 3 Little Pigs story. He loves our variation of the 3 Little Pigs, because I vary the story with I spy with my eyes, sausages, bacon and pork pie. So I become a wolf, right? So the 3 Little Pigs, right? So I go, I spy with my eye, sausages, bacon and pork pie. And my son goes excited. So so that's what I was doing last night. Telling my story. He wants me to tell him the 3 Little Pigs story almost every night. So I was telling him the story, and then after that, he fell asleep. Then I fell asleep beside him. Yeah, so it was pretty difficult for me. So I didn't end up watching the match, man. It must have been. I will probably watch the highlights later this evening when I have time. Once again, guys, if you upload more than one tactic, you're in trouble, because I'll randomly pick one. I won't even give you a choice. I'll just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Boom, I pick one tactic. Hey, Simji, how are you, man? We'll be listening in the background. Oh, hard worker. I know for one, I'm very unsure with squad building, harder than creating. Yeah, squad building is a big challenge if you're a manager. The thing about squad building is this, right? I'll tell you the biggest tip I'm going to give you right now. If you are the kind of player that wants to play a high pressing tactic, basically front foot in your face kind of tactic, then never ignore aggression. Never ignore aggression. You want players with good aggression, otherwise you're going to struggle. Because on FM23, more than any other attribute, I see aggression playing a bigger part this year. It didn't play that big a part last year, but this year it's playing a very big part. In fact, my strikers that are scoring lots of goals are also strikers with high aggression. No, it's not up to me if I use it, DK. I'll go through all the tactics. Wish! Hey, bring a tactic anytime. You're a simple guy, Simji. I made a few tweaks. I'm the simplest of all simple people. If you see me stream, guys, are you not entertained? That's the theme of our streams nowadays, right? Okay, guys, the scoreline today is going to be 5-4. Man, my matches right now when I'm streaming is I only want to play with tactics that give me these kind of crazy scorelines. I'm done with the 1-0s, the 2-0s, the 4-0s. I want to have tension in the last couple of minutes. My match is all ping pong. I score, the AI scores. I score, the AI scores. I score, the AI scores. AI misses, I win the game. Kind of thing. Oscar Hanyo, how are you, brother? Picomini, welcome to the stream. Bagaskara, how are you, brother? Oh, Man City and Bayern. Yeah, no chance. I don't want to know the score. Please don't tell me. I plan to watch it later. But as usual, I think the theme of that match was Tuchel doing one over on Man City again, right? That was the theme, right? Running theme. So next tactic will be 5-2-1-2 Charlie. Pick this one. Okay, correct. I picked the right one. So you got any more tactics in the folder? No. Oh, we got Hanyo. Your tactic is in the house. Okay. All right, there we are. Okay, coming up soon. Also, I had someone, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see his tactics. Somebody sent me a message earlier. I wanted to send in one of his tactics, and I say, oh, cool. Can't wait to see your tactic. I don't know. What's the story, Morning Glory? I don't know. I'm just going to auto-select these players. I'm just going to go in. We're not going to bother very much checking who can play, who cannot play, that kind of thing. This is just, bring your tactics. Bring your tactics. So Champions League, whoever is playing, man. We're not going to bother. That's just like we did with Atletico Madrid. We didn't care. Hey, whoever is playing, who's playing. I think with us changing tactics in every single match, what happened to Atletico Madrid? They finished third. Okay, yeah, it's still not so bad, right? It says a lot about tactical familiarity. Okay, wing back on the right. Okay, you can play as a wing back. I love this in wing backs. Okay, wing back on the left. This guy get forward whenever you saw. Okay, all right, get forward whenever possible. He's gonna bomb forward. This guy is dribbler, white center back. Nice. I like white center backs right now. I didn't in the initial dribble more, stay wider. Okay. All right, makes sense. Okay, I mean, I get this whole dribble more, stay wider, but not with Hummels. Hummels dribble more, we're asking for trouble. It's not like he can dribble very fast. Mona, maybe we can put him in instead. Okay. All right. Then we've got Royce, AP. What have you got? Nothing. PF, nothing. DLF, nothing. Okay. All right. Looking at the tactic as it is, I probably would go. Tactic works. I mean, this tactic is a good tactic. I mean, the only reason why it won't work, the only thing I would do differently with this tactic is once in a while I'll probably uncheck this, right? I probably in a lot of my games I probably wouldn't play a mid block. I'll play with a high press, right? And I'll press a bit higher. Yeah, that's the only thing I would do. Yeah, this is a 5-2-1-2 DM is actually a very good tactic. I need to go and get. I need somebody to break or rather crack every bone in my back now. Man, I'm so stiff. Okay. All right, let's watch this. Okay, ball goes long. Yeah, I'm happy. Like looking at this alone, this transition. See, this shape is what you want in your tactic when you're playing a back five, right? So you got this tree, and then you've got enough options to support. Playmaker is a bit unsighted, right? You can't get to him. So this is one of the reasons why some of the options in a back five sometimes is a focus play. Why centre backs actually like the focus play instruction very much because they end up playing like fullbacks. Okay, so this is something that you might want to consider, right? So if you're thinking like this guy can actually end up here and here and here, okay, right? Why centre backs? They are phenomenal, right? They get into the area, they're able to cross the ball, right? So it's something that you might want to consider. So at the moment, yeah, this tactic seems fine. I mean, as it is, it's fine. Albona, yeah, your choice in this tactic is always going to be this player. This is your game breaker, right? If that player has got poor anticipation, jumping, and concentration, good luck to you. It's over. You can just kiss this tactic goodbye, because 5-2-1-2s and all these tactics, they live and die by the central defender. No, the central defender, you don't have one guy who's got good jumping reach, anticipation, concentration. Don't even bother playing the system. You're going to concede a lot of goals. Because why? You know that mysterious guy that runs forward and then looks like he's trying to get to a ball but can't get to a ball, and the opposition player wins the header. That's the problem in those kind of players. So you definitely need a player with good anticipation and concentration, jumping reach, playing in the central position. He's got to be your best defender. Now, if you play somebody who's got very poor acceleration, you might struggle as well. I think you guys saw what happened with the tactic. I was doing the back five, right? So I was playing with Tobias Stewart Anderson with in my journeyman save. First few seasons, he was fantastic, right? Even though he had 10 for acceleration, But we were playing. His anticipation, concentration, acceleration was good. Anticipation, concentration, jump range were fantastic. But the moment we got promoted, right, we started to struggle because even though his anticipation, concentration, and positioning was better than the league average, his acceleration wasn't very good. Right. So he got found out a lot of times. I had to go and bring in another player to play in that central position. So this position is the most importante position in your tactic. So right now, you look at the way it's building up play. It's a good tactic. I mean, look, I won't change this tactic very much because at the end of the day, you're gonna create a lot of goal scoring chances. Right? You're gonna have your goal scoring opportunities. Here you got AP. The only thing I would like here, right? You got DLF on support with the AP on support. Probably not a good move. Here I'll probably play maybe a DLF on attack. You want both these players to attack the box because you got AP floating around. Right? Who is he holding up the ball for? You got this player looking to release this player, and you got this player looking to release. Why do you need two of them? So my advice is this player can be one that goes to the flanks to work with the wing back on attack. Okay, so right now he doesn't really do that. I mean, he does have move into channels. We should see him sometimes come here, but he'll drift more deep. He'll drift deeper more often than not. So I probably would change that so you get at least two options for the AP to play to. Otherwise, that is the worst possible place for you to lose the ball. Right? So like I said, we have to play this tactic for 45 minutes. I can only talk about these things and I can't make changes until 45 minutes. Yeah. I still remember the night when we did with Atletico Madrid. All right, 22 minutes. Let's speed things up, right? Okay, comprehensive is a lot. Here, let's go to extended highlights. Seen enough. I don't really look at set pieces because most of you guys already know how to set up your set pieces, right? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, seriously, you guys all know your set pieces by now. Why do we have to have? I don't know. We're just gonna put stuff there just to fill up the screen. Guerrero down. Look at this, right? You see what's happening here? Because the DLF on support says, I'm dropping deep. That's what's happening. That is why your attacks are like that. So, these two, what's the best thing that you can do? I will give you another combination. Advance forward, pressing forward on support. You can do this. He drops deep. Or, let's just go pressing forward attack. One to bother the defenders and say, if you don't keep your eye on me, I'm away. Another one that's sitting on top of a defender's face going, you know what? I'm bullying you all day long. Okay? And this guy floating. Now what I will do with this player, move, roam. Okay? That's what I'll do with him. Okay, let's do something funky with your tactic, right? Okay. Did I say stay wider on the wing back? I don't need to stay wider on the wing back, brother. Take more risks. This is what I do. These guys can play riskier passes all the time. You let them go, take more risks. No, you stay wider. They already stay wide. So tell them to take more risks. Okay? Get them to run down the flanks a bit more. Now, counter and regroup, I'll remove this. I'll just go leave this. Let the players, they're not stupid. Let them decide what they want to do. Okay. All right, we push up. We can play. Okay, we'll play like this first, okay? If I make too many changes, then we won't be able to spot how the changes are affecting the tactic. But for now, we can just make the main changes. You see, this is very funny, Your maximum width, and you still have to tell your players stay wider. When you do, okay, the thing about maximum width, your players stand further away, right? That's true. But it also tells your players any chance you get, play to the wing backs. We got a playmaker here. So any chance you got, play to the wing backs. So I would definitely now make one small change. Focus, play to the left. Why is there funky sounds in my house? Because some funky sounds, they're coming from somewhere, And I'm trying to figure out where those sounds are coming, right? It sounds like a notification, but I don't have that notification as part of anything in my house, man. That was a funky, unless it was a PC notification. All right, okay. So Okay, let's we got a 60. We gotta start scoring goals. Okay, so let's get in here. Stop tactic. Okay, let's make changes. Your tactic, this guy has to come out. So we'll put him here. This guy has to come out. Okay, let's put him here. We'll put him. I don't know. Do you have enough fullbacks? Okay, we do. We'll put him here. That's 4. This tactic is 1, 2, 3, 4 mandatory. 1, 2, 3, 4 are mandatory substitutions. Okay, 60th minute. I don't care whether they scored a goal or haven't scored a goal, substitute them. Okay. Those are the players that you want to sub. You have to have equal or better quality players on the bench waiting to come on, right? Okay, so those are the important ones because they are the drivers for your tactic. Right? The wing backs are the main creative forces in your tactic. Plus, you're playing maximum width. See that? Are you playing maximum width? Right? I removed the stay wider. They're still very wide because your width is there. Because you have to remember that PI affects you when you defend as well. So here we go. Not bad. So he's in the area. Better. I'm getting more shots away at goal now. There's no cramping happening here. And we're actually creating shots on target. So now I'm getting greedy. I want to score goal. Yeah, we have to win this game. All right, so let me unlock this guy. And playing as a build. Now he's going to win the ball high up the pitch. Why am I done that? You see this guy? He holds his position. This guy doesn't hold his position. He's going to try and bully now high up the pitch. Right, you got a ball playing defender. We know he's not going to go very far. He might dribble more and stay wider with the ball. Right? There we go. That's a new substitution, right? Okay. Look at Munir's attributes. Aggression 14. You know where he started to close down? He started to close down on the right flank. You know where he ended? On the left flank. I'm telling you guys, shy don't be when it comes to aggression. Aggression is my best friend on Football Manager 23. My best friend. I see the moment I need goals. I look for players with high aggression now. So come on. High determination, high aggression. I love those players now. Ogbonna, Adeyemi, Hala. You see how you get 2 strikers now in the area instead of 1 building up player. Pressing forward support still drops deep, right? So we still got pressing forward attack. Bang. We got a goal. This is so important in Football Manager 23 right now. Your substitution strategy, regardless of your tactic, is even more important. Because your tactics, I mean, this tactic is quite, it's okay. I mean, what the changes I made, I removed stay wider. I think it's redundant, right? It's going to affect you defensively. So why don't you just play, different? Here we have a ball-winning midfielder on support. Now, since he's going to be working his ass off in the final third, I can't bring on anybody else. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so those are my substitutions. We'll bring on this guy, try him out. Okay, Daniel Mahler will try him out. I mean, okay, we just bring on 5 substitutions. The substitutions are going to play a big part in your tactic now, because we took out the 2 wing backs and they were phenomenal. This ball-winning midfielder is winning the ball high up the pitch instead of winning the ball on defend duty, because defend duty he's helping your 3 defenders. But if I play a ball-winning midfielder on support, he's helping my midfield. There's a big difference between that. There's a huge difference between how the ball-winning midfielder is going to work then, right? SI neutered the ball-winning midfielder compared to what it was in FM21. In FM21, the Superman role was the ball-winning midfielder. It was beyond a shadow of a doubt Superman. Okay, it was the best role on Football Manager, but we kept it. A few of us didn't talk about it publicly, but it was the best role, okay, for any pressing system, especially Strikeless. But now on Football Manager 23, I believe that if you want to play a front foot tactic and you want to put a lot of pressure on the opposition, go with the ball-winning midfielder support. He wins the ball in the opposition third. Isn't that way better? So now, see how important that central defender is in terms of concentration, anticipation, and acceleration. The ball went over the top. He had no problems. So this is how I would set it up. Right, so you got Bellingham, who's playing as a DLP on support, and he's not far away from the back line because he holds his position. So this is another way you can set up. It's more front foot, it's definitely in your face, and we maintain your mid block. Right, so we got a mid block much more often. We just increase this because I mean we're gonna double up on players anyway. It's better to do it in our half. I I remove the counter press regroup. Why? Because this is very defensive. But when you remove this instruction, you play like this, then you leave the decision making to your players, which is kind of a good thing to do in a lot of tactical systems. Then we went with play our defense and focus play down the left. You got a playmaker here, and if we focus play down the left, and this wide center back will really start driving a lot of your transitions as well, because he's going to shift to the left. This guy's going to shift to the left. The ball winning midfielder will come to the center to support the play. What this does, creates space down the right, where you have an AF attacking that side and a wing back coming this way. It creates a problem for opposition teams. Right? So we have Munir was phenomenal, right? He created the first goal. So we've got these attacks now happening down the right flank, and it's putting a lot of pressure on the AI. And with our DLP on support on the left side, we don't have a defensive issue, because this guy now, the DLP is anchored, so to speak, right? He holds his position. So while you are drawing the opposition to the left and you're attacking down the right, you still have this guy holding his position. So your changes are going to be very simple. Ball winning midfield on support, right? This is something I would do, and I wouldn't use this. I would use this instead. Yeah, I will remove this and I'll add this. Take more risks is fantastic. Why? Don't be shy. Use it. It's fine. I mean, you got 3 defenders here already, and you got 2 in front of them. You really need this guy to defend? Get him. Tell him go forth, conquer. Right? Have a pressing forward here on attack, and have an advance forward here. This is how I set it up. Because now you've got this guy going to the flanks to support the wing back. Got this guy who sometimes will go to the flanks to support this wing back. Got AP going, okay, fine, I'm going to be the glorious playmaker. Tell this guy to move into the channels and roam from position. And you've got yourself a very good... I like this system because this is one of the systems I have right now in the folder. If you check the folder, you'll find a 5-2-1-2 there that utilizes the ball winning midfielder, which is a one of the best roles in a 5-2-1-2. This is in fact one of the best roles in a 5-2-1-2. This combination at the moment, in my honest opinion, is the best combination for a system that employs 2 DMs. Because he is going to win the ball here. This guy is going to hold his position. So what you end up doing, it can be a 4-2-3-1 deep. It can be a 4-2-4. What you end up doing is, because he holds his position, you'll release the right side. Because as they attack down the right side with a focus on this side of the pitch, what you'll end up getting is lopsided attacks, which put a lot of pressure on defenses who have got strong right backs. And the game is full of strong right backs. Right? So they got a lot of strong right backs in the game. So you end up... we have strong right backs, right? So you got a lot of strong right backs, and then you get your right backs to put pressure on the opposition's defense. So this is something that I would go for in a heartbeat. Yeah. And you're attacking teams this way. I mean, I would probably set it up like that. Okay, now we got another time. We got to look at Hanyo's tactic. Hanyo. Oh, go. Okay, go holiday. Hanyo, guess what? You're playing Manchester City. What position will you assign to AMC if you have an AF and DLF there? Advanced forward. I will never play a DLF on support up top. Never. In 100 years, I will never. If I have an AP, I will never play a DLF on support. If you're playing an AP, you already got a playmaker there. You don't need to have another player there trying to create chances. You get both of them to attack. So the playmaker is better. I am a huge fan of the AP on support. Right? Because the AP on support drops and moves and moves. I mean, he is... I don't like the idea of him being a ball magnet for every single pass, but when he's available for the pass, he was going to unlock a lot of sides. And he's going to move around linking up play. So I probably would never play a DLF on support with an advanced forward. It's too... When you have 2 strikers, telling one striker to drop deep and create chances is just, to me, pointless. If you got an AM there, right? So you want to send both to attack, or shadow striker. The only time I'll have a AM on attack, right, or play a shadow striker or AM on attack is if I want to use a DLF on a support. That's when I'll do it. DLF on support, advanced forward, and shadow striker. But that's more of a camping system than a mid-block system. He's got a Portuguese right, against He's got his own Portuguese style system. Alrighty, we're gonna play Manchester City, man. Anio, come get your popcorn out. Your tactic is going up against Manchester City. Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. Oh, this is gonna be epic, man. This is gonna be epic. Okay. Alright, what have we got? We got Omre Can, Dawood. Hummels, no. Hummels cannot. No. We have to have faster defenders. Adeyemi, okay. Weirda, Daniel Marlon, Modesto. Really? That's all the defenders. Alamak. Obona, okay. He's injured. Nicholas, you got no other defenders. That's it. Hummels is the only defender. Okay. Who is it? Oh, yeah, he's got no jumping reach. I mean, yeah, we'll play you. You got no jumping reach still. I know Hummels is a bit slow. Okay. So, hey, Sule can play. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Okay. But Sule Munier can come here. Better check that we got backups. Okay, we got Woyada, Vovo, whatever his name is, can play there. Got Royce inside forward, coming on the right foot. Okay. Alright, most in the channels likes the wrong keeper. Adeyemi likes to break offside trap. No, doesn't have it. Okay, screw that. We're gonna get somebody else. Are you okay? Are you okay? This guy's name is Are You Okay? Hey guys, were you on the stream yesterday when we found a player from the club Palestino? I don't know if you guys know. This was on the stream yesterday. You know, let me go and find him. Okay. I laughing and laughing. The whole stream was laughing. I mean, I don't want to. It was hilarious, man. We found a player last night, right? Playing for a team called Palestino. His name is Oscar Caeda. The name of the club is Palestino, and his name is Caeda. So I was looking at the situation. I was thinking, man, I felt like signing him just because I could start laughing on streams like crazy. We already got Ho Ho Han. Oh man, that was so cool. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, we got these players. We might have a problem later though. Okay, substitution strategy. We got the sub strategy for this tactic is 1, 2, 3, 4. And probably one of these, this guy. Okay, but I think it's interesting when you're playing with this. Pass into space, I like it. Okay, take more risks. I love you deep. Okay. Triple more. Okay. All right. I'm a king right now. No. When it comes to take more risks, right? I apply liberally in my tactic. I'm a liberal applicator of a liberal applier of take more risks in my tactic. Because since the patch, it's like the one thing I love to add. Any chance I get, take more risks. Because the defenders are so bad. I mean, some of the defending is terrible, right? Yeah, you gotta admit, right? Goalkeepers panic when they see somebody running at them. They drop the ball. Okay, fine. Take more risks. Defenders, goalkeepers panic. Speaking of which, are you using a pressing forward? Advanced forward? If you're using an advanced forward, ask him to take more risks. Dribble more and take more risks. Okay, alright, here we go. Bayern Munich and Manchester City. Hanyo's tactic. We are not changing anything. Hands to ourselves. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. This is the Portuguesa, but it's an asymmetric version of the Portuguesa system. Why do I call it Portuguesa? I coined that term because this 4-3-3 DM systems were very common in Portugal. And I hated them because the harder I tried, the more I conceded against the AI. So I hated this system for a long time. Because the more I attack the system, the more I concede. So, and became really good for draft mode after a while. So I found it network games also very good. Because it's very annoying to play against, right? Because the more you push, the more you concede. So these are very good tactics for the soak and hit strategy in online games. Some of the online matches, network games you play with your friends, right? What they do is the very common thing right now in a lot of these saves is what they soak for the first 60 minutes. They soak for 60 minutes. Then in the 60th minute, right, They swapped to a 3 on top. And it's very successful. Because a lot of some people are downloading nap tactics, a lot of tactics, people are downloading tactics, right? So they play in online games and they discovered that all these 3 striker systems, they don't know how to handle them. Yeah. So this is okay. This is very good. I like your tactics so far. I like the soaking. Over the top, Erling Haaland. Can you shut him up? Oh, not bad. Defensively, it's quite good. I mean, I'm going to sit down here and I'm refused to make any changes. I think it's a good tactic. It's nice. The 4-3-3, lopsided some more. I'm talking the idea of asking your tactic to focus play down the right. Because you have one player short there, right? So if you focus play on the right, you open up space on the left. But the question is whether you concede. Wait, stop. Usually presses the wingbacks inside and press always are hard on central. Huh? I don't understand. Honey, is that a question? You using OIs, is it? What's your OIs? Why OIs? Because I didn't set up OIs for this, right? So wait, are you using any OIs with a tactic? Presses the wingbacks inside. Okay, so you press opposition wingbacks inside. All right, okay, so show onto left, show onto right. Okay, and press always hard on central mids. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Tackle hard, tackle hard, tackle hard. Or you trigger press, huh? Okay, you triggering press. I'm assuming that's what you're doing. Okay, so I assume you want the white players to always cross the ball. So you force them to cross the ball and weaker foot. Okay, so let's do this. These are OIs I think you would do most. I assume you're doing this. It doesn't make sense if you don't because they have a goalkeeper, right? So if the moment they have a goalkeeper and you got AF, right, you do this automatically. Okay, if you see a goalkeeper, you got AF in your tactic, immediately do this. Because you are asking your front player to wait for the goalkeeper to screw up. Basically, you basically giving your player instructions. Wait for him to screw up. That's okay. So we just applied the OIs. I think the OIs are a good choice. So far defensively it's looking good, man. I like this tactic. I like the use of the AP. I like the use of the Volante. Okay, I don't like the fact that we just lost the player. Okay, never mind. Oi, I know we were going to substitute him, but not in the 37th minute. Just throws our whole substitution out of the way. Strategy out the window, man. Okay, Munier, long throw. You shouldn't do long throws. I don't know if you got long throws or is that default. Nice. Okay, I think, okay. Haaland is in, man. Misses. Okay, we're going to try something small. Small changes first, then we go to the big changes. Okay. But, yeah, I like the defensive side of this tactic. I mean, I wouldn't change anything right now, apart from what you have done. Oh, sheesh kebabs. You done that as well. Okay. Boring like you. You done all the changes I would do. What's the point of Kaiju? All the changes I would do. Hey, the PI is all the same. It's not fun playing with you guys anymore. Seriously. You guys are oh God. All of you got the same PIs output, no? Take more risk, cross save, far post. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I will do as well. Man, I hate the word exactly. All of you doing exactly the same. Okay, let's try something. I mean, okay, on the face of it, this tactic, don't make any more changes. It's a very good tactic. Okay? It's good. I like this tactic. Prevent shot goalkeeper, so maybe I'll remove this because 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you open up, you got this happily running at your defenders anyway. So I probably will remove that. Okay, okay, let's try something. Also depends on whether you got players. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Focus plate on the right. Okay, now the question is, do we have substitutions that we can make? Is this position I'm looking for? We need this substituted later. We already did one substitution, right? So 1, 2, 3 are going to be substituted later. So we got the 3 players we're going to bring on later. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. All right, let's throw water bottle. for the fun of it. And see what happens. Okay, Schlotterbeck. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, not bad. Okay. $51, $50. Okay, let's make our substitution now. All right, we go. Whatever your name is. You know, this guy. The problem is the center, right? We're going to play Torgan Hazard. Or we want to play Julian Brandt. Passing, vision, decisions, not so good. They thought of taking Jude Bellingham off. Alright, I tell you what we'll do. This guy for Julian Brandt. Wait. Inside forward, right foot. Finishing not so good. Donnell Marlon better. Donnell Marlon got right foot, left foot. Right foot. Okay, so Donnell Marlon comes on for this player. Yeah, let's go. Castania. Okay, on the whole, I think it's good enough. Also talking about the white target man instead of inside forward. White target man. Oh, shit. Okay, white target man. Anything now? No, white target man. Problem with white target. Here, white target man. Okay. I know what to do. White target on support. Better still, Trequartista. Okay, you. Wing back on support. Complete wing back on support. Edit. Take more risk. Cross aim. Far post. Okay. Alright. Cancel. Royce, can he be a target man? A bit late to find out. Donnell Marlon, can he be a target man? Okay, better than him at least. Okay. Alright, you come here. Donnell Marlon, you do Trequartista, you drop deep. Can you pass, vision, decisions, can dribble, at least hold up the ball. Okay, thank you. Alright, you. Passing, finishing. Okay, alright, we try that. Okay, so we get him to drop. I am thinking Trequartista. Trequartista can drop deep. No, thing is Trequartista drops deep here. Complete wing back. White target man has to hold up the ball, but I wouldn't play white target man here. Yeah, I wouldn't play a white target man there. I'm trying some way to get the right side to have another like creative force. Not bad. Okay, we got something happening. We got another shot. Away. If this guy drops, this guy attacks. You got DM here. Your DMD to help you protect this area. Okay, let's go. Kobel, Bovoda. Oh, terrible that guy. The guy's a terrible player. Yeah, DMD came to cover, right? Because the fullback went to press. Inside forward. Okay, the thing about inside forwards is this, right? Inside forwards, right? They are going to come and attack this area. If you play the winger on attack, they give you width. No? They stretch this side of the pitch. Right. I mean, your tactic on the whole is okay. I would look at like roles. I'm looking at roles that will drop on the right side because right now I'm looking at a way for you to get creative chances down the right. Right. So I'm talking with either a winger to stretch that side because then the winger is going to occupy a fullback that advanced ball is going to annoy another defender. Right. You got Trequartista dropping deep on this side. So yeah, you could have, there we go. This is what I want to see. The Trequartista dropping all the way here. Right. This releases this player. If you had kept the ball on, yeah. There we go. Something like this, right? Like, hey, the reason why I don't want to play a white target man is the white target is going to hold on to the ball, right? But there's no one coming to support him, right? But if I got a Trequartista, he will drop deep. He will dribble with the ball long enough for somebody to come, right? We're actually getting more and more ambitious with our complete win back right now. There we go. We got complete wing back on attack. Sule, thank you very much. There. Trequartista, right? So he drops deep, creates this push, no, that comes from that side of the pitch. Yeah, so we got. I actually like the Trequartista. So the Trequartista might be a good option. But I would try Trequartista because then I can release the wing back to go around and get another flank attacking them. So you have one moment you're going down the right flank, one moment you're going down the left flank kind of thing, right? So you have these options for your attacks. Because if the wing back can be released, right, you got two strikers, two targets on the left who are attacking the box, not inside forward. I don't want to play the inside forward. I think you're better off playing a winger because you stretch the defenders again. The stretching of the defenders creates more space for other roles. Okay, there we go, wing back. The Trequartista is just there. There we go. Again, yeah, almost in, no. Again, this is I like this option. Yeah. You don't have to add overlap because he does a natural overlap. He does a natural overlap. You don't have to add overlaps. This is nice. I actually like your tactic. I like your tactic. It's a variation of the Portuguesa. Okay. I would play this guy as a Trequartista instead. So, okay, you got a Trequartista dropping. This guy can be a complete wingback on attack. He will roam, right? So he can go left, he can go right. Trequartista will drop. Now, because these guys are dropping, they create a lot of problems on this side of the pitch, even the players for it. Then you do a focus play down the right. You don't need an overlap. This is a natural overlap. These two will create a natural overlap because he's a complete wingback on attack, right? And this side I'll probably play a winger, so I stretch defenders even more. Now, if I get so when this Trequartista comes, this complete wingback comes, is where you got two targets in the area. No? When these guys attack the box, there are two. No? And then this guy running in, making runs from deep. So you have this whole attacking pattern down this side, releasing 1, 2, 3, attacking the box. Yeah, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 helping you defend. All these 5 guys are just sitting back going here, smoking a cigar. Let's score some goals. Hey, this is a nice tactic, no? It's a very cool tactic. Yeah, I like it. Damn it. I wish I had thought of this. Because mine is slightly different. I have one tactic right now with double Trequartistas, which is kind of fun as well. But this is a big, this can be potentially a high scoring tactic. Yeah. Surprising, and it's probably a very good online tactic to use. Because a lot of people are going to get annoyed with your tactic as a defense. And you can always, if you're autopiloting and you're letting the ass-man play the tactic, right? Then all you got to do is play this as CM on complete wingback on support. That's it. Okay, let's see if there's any more Discord tactics before we go to the. All right, no more. Okay, we go to the. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Plenty of tactics. First, let's check all the tactics, making sure that we don't have any files that are. You know what I mean? Okay, Arsenal influence. You got 2. I assume this one is a later tactic. We'll delete this. Okay. Oh, your tactic was already there last week, so I had it there. We're gonna cover it anyway today because I noticed it came out on the 11th. Yeah. So we've got any doubles? I don't know, man. We'll find out later. Okay. So we got all tactics in. Okay, fine. We'll pick as many tactics as we can, huh? And cover. I mean, some of these tactics we'll play them. I can't play all of them. I'll just randomly pick. I'll try not to pick the same people from last week, okay? Just to be fair to the others. So if your name is Daljit, yeah, I'm not picking a tactic. Idiot. I'm full of shit. Where is this? Hey, oops, come here, Brian, bring a tactic, delete all the. Hey, I know, tactic is nice. It's going to give a few of us ideas, you know. Gonna give a few of us ideas. Downloads, come here. Extract files. Puppy power unite. Come here. Ours, right? You know why I say puppy power? Because half the time my team is all full of puppies, youth players, 18-year-olds. So I'll be shouting puppy power unite on my streams. I don't know, we're full of shit. I think lately I've been singing very sad songs. Because we're not winning a lot of matches either. Hello? That's a lot of tactics, huh? Okay, those guys got doubles. I'm sorry. I'm only picking one. Okay. There's only one. I'm not picking two. Just to let you know. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna order by user. Okay. So, okay. So let's look at the first tactic, which is a simple 4-3-3. Okay, 4-3-3. We probably won't play this. We've been playing more than enough. We've been playing so many 4-3-3s. Okay. Okay, don't tell me it's okay. Good. All right. So inverted wingers will come in, giving space for somebody to do the overlap. My advice is allow someone to do the overlap. So I would probably play a wing back here instead of fullback. You got an anchor man. An anchor man is not going to move very far away from the defender. So when they press, these guys are going to keep a very solid shape. Right. So you really need these guys to get up and attack. He's going to be very close to the defenders. Right. So they're solid. So when you play an anchor man like this, then you can afford to, you can afford to launch players from the center. So here, this player can also come out. This is a really solid core to defend with. So get this guy to come up. He will do a natural overlap with the inverted winger together. They will unlock goal scoring opportunities here. The question now is you got a Mazala coming up here. He's a bit of a creative influence. So, I mean, it looks like this tactic wants to press. I will probably leave it like this, right? Personally speaking, yeah, this is a bit safe. You got inside forward coming in here. Inside forwards are on an attacking mentality. FYI. Okay, so you don't have to worry, must he be on an attack duty? Look at this positive, right? Very attacking mentality compared to this guy over here, he's also very attacking, so he changed something again. All right, so these guys are on a very attacking mentality. He'll get into the area to score goals. I would probably ask this guy to mark tighter. All right, just ask them to mark tighter. Okay, keep your defense a bit more. When the opposition players come, you can try and shut them down. The thing is here is you got world ball into box. Passing, this is like possession based. So this guy's gonna run left, run right. So you're gonna move a team around. I probably would drop my tempo slightly to match. Right. And then if you're gonna be working ball into box, you might get players running into each other because inverted winger half space, inside forward half space, Mazala half space. A lot of crampiness going on in your tactics. So you might want to increase your width. Or you should change one of these roles to a winger. Right? So I probably will play a bit wider. Right. You can play shorter because some of these players are going to take longer passes. Ball playing defender, yeah, fine. I would just make these simple changes to your 4-3-3. Right. So this is how I set it up. But Anchorman isn't one of my favorite roles in the whole game. This is very defensive. So I probably would veer towards like a DM. Anchorman is still okay if your defenders are shockingly bad, then you want somebody always who isn't too far away from your defense, and Anchorman is a perfect option. Yeah. All right. So next tactic we have, not mine. All right, we got asymmetrical 4-2-3-1. Okay, all right. This is okay. I have a tactic in my folder, my Dropbox folder. I think it's the let's go to the public one. It's there. It's called the 5-channel attack, right? Okay, simple 5-channel attack, right? Simple. I like this tactic. Why? You got Trequartista dropping the inverted winger coming to the half space, wing back doing a natural overlap. This Trequartista is going to release the advanced forward and inside forward attacking this way. Your CM on support, very trade driven. Don't change this tactic. CD on stopper, I wouldn't bother. I'll play CD on defend. Ball playing defender too close to the advanced. If this anchorman is getting in the way, go defensive midfield on defense. Turn this guy into a ball playing defender on defense. Right. So you don't get these balls over the top. If you're having those balls over the top problem and two, the defender is coming out, right? It's because you are using an anchorman, right? So this tactic might face that. So what you'll do is you just come in like this, put a ball playing defender and a defender, and wing back. So this is something I would try, right? So this is okay. The problem with this tactic is you got inside forward attack, fullback on attack, right? So you generally are going to struggle on this side to move the ball up the pitch. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to play a roaming playmaker in this position. Then he drifts left and right. Okay, that's one thing I would like to do. And now, if that fails, then what I can do is a DM on defense, but then I add a focus play on the left. So when I do a focus play on the left, the midfielders shift to the center, to the left, to help build up play. And I'll add a focus play to the right for the same thing that happened on the right. Now, the effect of this is whenever he goes to one side of the pitch, it opens up space on the other. So you want these players protecting the area. So here, probably you need somebody who carries the ball. A fullback is going to look to pass the ball inside. I wouldn't use a fullback. I'll use a wingback. Now, if you're worried the wingback is going to lose the ball a lot, dribble less, yeah, you can leave it. You can have the option. Taking more risks is fine. So now you've got CM. So in this CM, okay, this is one tactic where if you're struggling, go get a CM who drops deep, comes deep to get the ball. Then CM comes here, right? If you're still struggling, now I personally have my tactics use a box-to-box midfielder here because I like box-to-box midfielders. But my box-to-box comes deep to get the ball, right? So he comes deep to get the ball, but he gets up the pitch as well. So you can go, if you have comes deep to get the ball, you can afford to play a box-to-box. Box-to-box is what you're really using here, right? The guy goes up and down, up and down, up and down to support play, right? So something like this can definitely work. 100%, I know it works because I use the simple same system here. Be more expressive, not necessary. Drop your width slightly more so you don't always go to the flanks for your initial first pass, right? Because you could lose the ball easily because there's not a lot of players supporting play. Now, the other thing is pass into space is a good instruction, but you want to, if you're struggling, then you remove this instruction, just play it like this. Tempo definitely not too high, but you are playing tempo generally between here and here, right? So you play around with your tempo, see what's more comfortable for your team. Reason why I say this tempo is slightly high is because you got your top heavy with 4 players. Another thing you can do is instead of playing throw quickly, go distribute to flanks. Instead of throw, you have other options to this tactic. Why? Because when the goalkeeper kicks it to the flanks, you go 1-2, 1-2. Your attacks start very fast. So you don't need to play out defense. This tactic. Against a lot of teams, you can actually opt not to play out defense. So what you can do is then distribute the flanks straight away. Because you got all the players. And this is one of the times when I'll recommend, you know what kind of play you get for this trequartista position? Target man. Alternatively, play white target man here. What is what I did last year, right? I play a white target man with a shadow striker. This became a solid combination. He attacks the box. This guy comes in. This guy goes up. Right. You need one of these roles to drop. Right. So you can either get a trequartista and then you play an inverted winger. Now you got a double combination that's trying to create. The only problem with this double combination is it's so very easy for them to lose the ball. Because the moment they get close down, they try too many funky things, you're in trouble. Right. So here, this role, I mean, while this is good, better have the players for it. If you're losing the ball too much over here, then consider changing it to shadow striker, trequartista, shadow striker, white target man. But the idea here is this guy drops. So because you got wingback coming up the pitch. Here, my first choice is actually trequartista right now because the trequartista drops in a half space, which is even harder to defend against, right? But like I said before, it all depends on the players again. So this is something that you can do, right? In fact, if you're looking for a similar system, look into my Dropbox folder for 5CA. That's the 5-channel attack system built on the same principles. All right, next. We are going to, let's see, Sports Interactive, next tactic. Okay. Simple, overpress. Now we played, holy cow, we're playing this tactic. Olive the physio, come on, I am Richan. Don't be like that. Huh? We're going to try one tactic. So we'll try 2 tactics. We'll talk about the rest, right? Okay. So we'll try 2 tactics and I'll talk about the rest. Let's see if Discord has any more tactics coming in as well. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, no one is coming on Discord yet. Okay. Then second thing, of course, you guys know, Mrs. calls me, I'm in trouble. I'm running out. No, straight away. Hey, yes, darling. Yeah, I'm a handpicked husband. Now, what do you expect? I'm under the thumb of my wife. Wife says jump, I say how high. Wife says cook, I say how, what do you want me to cook? The only thing my wife doesn't trust me to do is cook. She does like some of the dishes I can make. Right? Some of the dishes she loves, but then when it comes to the more complicated stuff, she will never let me I mean, she does let me try. What am I saying? I'm the guy who designed the kitchen. I'm using Liverpool, so I have the players. Liverpool. Yeah, you have the players. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so let's look at our roles. With your tactics, I'm just going to play and then make changes on the fly. Stay wider, tackle harder. I won't be playing the whole 45 minutes. Yeah. Okay, tackle harder. Okay, all right. Okay, this guy, right? You can actually, okay, how they changed it. Oh, evil people. Yeah, all right, you can do this, right? Come in here. And do it, come to here. Close down more often. Okay, now you come inside here. Bang, bang. You can do this again, right? Come back in here. Close down more. Yeah. Lock him in first. Yeah, because I'm going to make some changes later. Okay, DLF on support. Marco Roy, I don't know. We're going to go Wolf, Bellingham. I think this seems like they're fine, except for Hummels. Bona will come in here. Let's see how this plays out against Leipzig. So let's see. I know now we're not playing the whole way, right? So we're going to make, I like 3 strikers on top. The idea is, how do you move the ball from defense through midfield to the 3 strikers? They are option A, go slow. Option B, punt. Right? You using some nice roles like complete wing back, bring the ball forward, taking more risk, fine. Wing back on attack, yep, okay, fine. Going around this guy who's doing a natural overlap. Yeah, pass into space, slightly lower, counter. Yep, okay. I kind of like this. High press, maximum closing down. Okay, I mean, that also makes sense because your players are quite far apart, right? Because I have this, I know it sounds silly, but I have this rule, right? If the bigger the gap between my defensive line and my line of engagement, the more I press. Yeah, instead of just having them statically let players pass the ball between them. So I get them to do this pressure high up the pitch like this, right? So there's more pressure on the defender. So generally when I'm playing like this, what you want to do is also opposition instructions, right? So we haven't done opposition instructions. We haven't applied any. So I would definitely, for most of my tactics, right, I'll have a simple basic one which tells my defenders, hey, you know what? Force them inside where we are showing them inside. Then tell the wingers, okay, you got no choice. You can only cross the ball. This is what I'm doing right now, right? So this is forcing fullbacks inside, and this is forcing wingers wide. So fullbacks come inside. Why do I ask the fullbacks to come inside? Because I want them to give the ball to the centre mids, who are going to smash. I'm going to smash them, right? I'm going to tackle them hard. Then when they get the ball to the striker, we're going to tell him the weak foot. That's it. It's a very simple, basic setup, right? You've got one goalkeeper and you got one AF. Then we do this. Okay, don't time out the goalkeeper. That's stupid. Okay, but trigger press, tackle, and show on the foot. That's it. So then we put pressure on the goalkeeper because I've got 2 of them up here. Now the thing is, DLF on support. I'm not a big fan of the I mean, the DLF and support is nice if you've got a really good team and you got the patience. You're one of those control freaks, right? You just want to control the game, move the ball, and I'm a bit more in your face, smash it and score goals, that kind of guy. Right? So I'm like I don't like it's a good role. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great role. Right, but you're building up play with the DLF on support. It's on the wrong side. You should be on the other side because you see, look at the tactic. You got inverted winger here, volante here. The DLF is on the wrong side. He should be here. Right, so I would put the AF here. I'll put the DLF on support here. Okay, he drops deep here with these guys. Right, so now we've got a whole group of players, and then we've got this inside forward attacking this place with this advanced forward. And then I will probably add counter press, in your tactic, pass into space, slightly lower tempo. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, and probably not. I'll probably raise your tempo slightly because you got 3 players in attack. Yeah, so okay, made those changes. So I mean, it's still a bit less aggressive. I mean, there are not enough players attacking, carrying the ball up, dominating possession. But we'll just take a look quickly and see what happens. Right, we're playing this on extended highlights. I think I'm gonna play this on key highlights. Okay, so you see the ball comes up the pitch now, right? So we get attacks coming, like one volante playing the ball to this side of the pitch. There we go again. All right, now we got the players in the area. There's plenty of options in the area. Right, we didn't pass the ball. Okay. And we are not going to concede so easily. Okay, all right, so let's go in here. DLF on attack, better. Okay, all right, you hold out the ball inside, inverted winger on attack. No, inverted winger on support. Okay, volante follows the inverted winger, wing back goes round. DM on defense, complete wing back going this way. Okay, all right, we're gonna push up slightly. Positive mentality. Okay, all right. Hopefully this works. We're winging it. All right. There's not much time for me to make changes, but DLF attack now drops this side. The inverted winger is here, so I'm hoping that there's a bit more synergy between these two roles. All right, so there we go. That's what I wanted to see, synergy, because now he plays others in instead of just like going, okay, fine, I'm dumb, just getting the ball up. There we go. There's a bit more synergy as we build play up, right? So a lot of it depends on our players, and I'm not actually seeing this highlight because suddenly my screen went blank. Hey, Captain Nog, how are you, brother? Yeah, I would like... shorter passing is okay. But now, this is short. This is okay. Yeah. You got to get play. The thing is, all tactics need players that can carry ball forward, right? So, looking to see whether we have the players. Now, defending is not an issue. Right, Haller gets the ball to Royce. We got players in the area, but there's a missing link in the center that we got to address. Okay. Inside forward. Yeah, this is the missing link. Okay. I'm gonna go ball winning midfield on support. It's just double DMs, man. Come on. Like get them to work. The volante is coming up, complete wing back. I'm not a big fan of I wouldn't want to have one defend you team. Get them both to work, man. Okay, so I probably will have... I'm a bit more aggressive in my tactics. I'm willing to concede goals to score goals. Yeah. So I'm willing to take chances. Right? You think about football, man, it's all about your risk appetite. Right? If you're not willing to take chances, sometimes you will see yourself... I mean, that's my opinion. I mean... Different people have different ways of playing the game, right? I am a risk lover. I take lots of risks with my tactics. So now the ball winning midfielder is going to try and win the ball high up the pitch. Our problem was there's not a lot of people pushing up from the left side. And that's the reason why you actually put a DLF on support there. But the problem when you do that is your right flank attack collapses. See, this tactic, right, ultimately, right, if you think about it, right, it's going to change, no? It's going to morph, no? It's going to morph until what's the point of this guy being here? So you can actually move this guy into this position. It becomes a 4-2-4. So this guy can become an inverted wing on attack now. He attacks from deeper position. So this wing back can be on support. Now why isn't this is an even better shape? Because now we get this guy pushing up from this position. You got volante coming from here. You got wing back helping to protect this area of the pitch. Right, so it's morphing slowly into a 4-2-4. Because you need to create those options to attack, right? We're waiting because this waits too long for that wing back to get into attack. And the problem is with doing a tactic like that is if your players kind of lose the ball, you lose the ball in the middle third, and you're always going to let the AI attack you. So this could be another option. I would recommend that if you're playing the tactic like this, to consider playing a 4-2-4 DM. Because you obviously will have the players for it. So a 4-2-4 can always be quite defensive, no? There we go. Right, we got our two. Now looking at it, is the tactic slowly morphing. It is morphing. Right. Put these guys like that. Now you got DLF on attack. Hey, the tactic is slowly changing to a 4-2-4, no? Because it's almost a 4-2-4. So I would probably do that more, right? So that when you're playing this tactic, the two DMs will help you defend, right? The question is, how you going to score goals? So You're depending on the wing back to come around from the back. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with pretty football, but sometimes pretty doesn't score you goals, no. It just gives you frustrations, right? So what are your other options? Your other options is to play something like this. Okay, oh, this guy is falling apart. He's going, okay. Oh, we take out, you see this AI, right? Jude Bellingham for Mats Hummels. Times are bad, man. We didn't bring another player. Okay, Mats Hummels. Oh God, this is going to be fun. We're trying a volante here. I wouldn't recommend this, guys. This is definitely the wrong player for that role. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to see what happens with Matt Hummels. Matt Hummels now becomes a volante. But I would recommend, if you can play this system, the system you're playing, go to a 4-2-4 DM. You won't regret it. Because it's far more easier to create those kind of challenges. If you're thinking about making it safer, this is definitely an option, right? Okay. Even here, you got complete wing back coming up this way. You can play this guy. Now you got these two attacking this side. You focus play down the line. Yeah, that's it. Done. That's your tactic. So you can definitely create goals from this side. This guy's going to do, if you get a playmaker kind of role in the volante or an inverter winger who can cross the ball, you got no problems creating goals from that position. They will do a cross diagonal towards the other side of the pitch where they scored a goal. But, now we consider a goal. We don't have the substitutions to bring them on. I didn't come with the right players. Plus, we don't have another ball winning midfielder here. But I would definitely try something along the lines of this. Yeah. And we go to key highlights. What roles will you use to make clear-cut chances to be 3 or 4 in back 3 systems? It's not the roles, it's your tactic. Yeah, it's your tactic. Having fast, pacey strikers. It's not the roles. It's like you have to come up with a system that fits your play. You're dominating. For me, it's 3-4-3. I play 3-4-3 strikeless. I play a scramjet, my scramjet system, which makes me about 3 to 4 clear-cut chances a game. Yeah. I am definitely, it's more like how well can you push your players up the pitch and attack the opposition and still maintain some defensive solidity. I mean, I'm not saying you have to have clean sheets. Because I find that if I draw an opposition out to attack me, I'm going to get very good goal scoring chances against the opposition. If I'm attacking a team all the way and not giving them a chance to come out, then chances are I'm not going to get good goal scoring positions. I'm not going to get into good goal scoring positions because the AI hasn't left the area. He's still in the area, right? So it all depends on what your level of risk is in tactical systems, right? So my level of risk is very high. So I play. This is what I play right now. Right. I play this, man. I play this. Right. This is anybody who comes to my streams knows they're all holding and praying that the game finishes 5-4. This is a crazy ass tactic. I score a lot of goals. I create a lot of goal scoring opportunities. But right, AI gets a lot of chances too. I let the AI come down and attack me here, but I'm also attacking them here. So I pull the defenders with this role. Then you've got other roles as well, other tactics that you can use. So it all depends on how you want to play. I use this for a lot of my heights. This is a 3 CCCs, a match tactic, right? Then you got a lot of others. Then we got one more here, Guru's Eye. This one, another one. I mean, this is another one with a track, but actually the better version is not mine. It's actually Guru's version. Yeah, and then I go like inside forward support. Something like this. Track of Teaser drops in the half space. Track of Teaser drops in the half space. Inside forward attacks this side. Inside forward attacks this side. Shadow Striker drops this side. So the track of Teaser is in the half space. So when you're coming up with roles and duties, you're thinking about how you're going to attack space. Right? So you want to look at how you can attack space. How are you going to do it? So I've got the latest one I have is slightly different, right? It's called Blindside. Is Blindside here? Blindside isn't here. Blindside is in the Dropbox folder for the Discord, I think. Or is it in public? I think I put in the public folder. Public folder, tactics. Tactics. Where's blindside? Patch tactics. Bizarro. Bizarro is a new another tactic, right? Where's blindside? Winter patch tactics. Where's blindside? Blindside. Black Betty is here. Last Christmas is here. Pantera is here. Scramjet. Blindside. I think blindside I spoke about it during the stream, right? Yeah, I spoke about it during the stream. Monty Python, the 5-channel attack is here. This is one I spoke to you guys about just now. This is a 5-channel attack system you can use. Alright. Let's see. It's probably here. It's probably there, you know. It's probably in the Discord folder. This is another set of tactics. This is on my own. Blindside, where I test my tactics out. Yeah, it's not here. Yeah, it's in the Dropbox folder. Holland, Iran. I even got the Iran national team's tactic. Yeah. Senegal, Switzerland. We also are doing the World Cup, right? I shared it with you guys. Yeah, it's in the other folder, you know. It's not here. Yeah, so we're just gonna carry on. All right, so okay, we done. We have to do this tactic. Clear this. Okay, Manchester United 4-3-3. Okay, Matt's going to say inverted. Okay, this is a very creative fulcrum. This guy might score some goals. Wingback is very safe. Box the boss come in here. Inverted fullback. Okay, I mean this tactic is okay. I mean, this is a very bulk basic tactic. I mean, fullback on attack, you want him to get around the defense and not aggressively go down and cross the ball. That's fine. Cross from byline. If you want him to cross from byline, why didn't you play a wingback then? When you play a fullback, he's always gonna look inside for the pass. Sometimes you may not want that, right? So when you do a wingback, he does a natural overlap. Then you don't have to worry about cross from byline. This role does a natural overlap, right? It goes around. I mean, I would probably play a wing back, and then what I will do here is I'll be holding this guy back a bit more, just to be on the safe side. But Bezala going to say inverted winger, so you need this. You see, the thing is, these guys are gonna pull the half space apart. They're gonna draw a lot of players, which is the reason why I want him to get up the pitch. When he gets up the pitch, these guys can come in late to score goals. So this is how I'll make this small change. Low crosses is not your friend. Because then you just play on mixed crosses. Because when you play on low crosses, every cross is a cutback, right? So you may not find that suitable for a lot of your games, right? So sometimes you want to see a cross, sometimes you want to see a deep cross, sometimes you see an early cross. So whip balls, you're removing all of those from your equation, right? So I'm not saying they won't happen. I'm saying this is a tendency to see you playing different kinds of crosses. This is a tendency to see that your players are going to go all the way down to the byline here and like do cutbacks. You don't need to do that all the time, right? Cutbacks don't guarantee goals. Just guarantees that you're going to have a packed defense. So I would probably play like this. This is okay. This is a bulk basic, a very bulk basic 4-3-3, right? The only reason why this will fail is you don't have the right player. That's it. Yeah, this is a standard 4-3-3 for a lot of tactical systems. So that should be fine. Then 3-2-4-1 Funky City. Okay, the problem with these kind of tactics, right, is width. Okay, so you always need width, and I'm happy to see you've chosen wingers. All right, the second thing I would say is you focus left and right. So these guys come to the flanks, right? So they come a bit more to the flanks. Okay, so that's what you want. So focus play down the left and the right. Whenever you move the ball down the left and the right, these guys all shift. So those white center backs actually play like fullbacks on defense. Now you notice these guys can actually go up the pitch too. White center back on support. White center back on support, right? So now they can come up the pitch because you got half back. Why you want to hold him back for? So now he comes up here, focus play on the left, and he'll go up the pitch. Now this underlap left and underlap right, widest player looks for inside runs. You only got one joker making inside runs, so don't bother. Okay, don't do that. You don't need that. It's just what Luis Mazala is going to do. I mean, otherwise he's going to lose the ball, right? So here, I don't think this is a bit of a crazy system. May work well with only top teams. You need top teams to pull this off. You don't have a top team, it ain't happening. It's gonna be quite tough. So, white centre back, mark tighter. White centre back, dribble more. Okay, yeah, cool. Add this dribble more here as well. And you can actually ask these guys cross them deep, cross more often. I do that, no, with all my white centre backs. Right, so what happens is these guys will come into this position, drop one. They come to this position, drop one. So this is how you could set it up. Pressing forwards go left and right. Wingers are going to come in support. Messiah is going to come up the pitch. I mean, I would make only these changes, right? Tempo, I probably move it up a bit more. Just to say, I will definitely never play with low crosses in the game under any circumstance on Football Manager right now, unless I am such a good team and I'm playing a system like Liquid, where I have a central midfielder attacking the box. That's the only time I'll do it. If you got blind runs coming from this side, that's the only time I do low crosses, because I know there's somebody arriving late into the opposition area. If you don't have anyone arriving late into the opposition area or coming in a central attacking position, don't ever play low crosses. Right? You want that, because these low crosses are for the benefit of Mr. Center midfielder on attack. Right? So I would probably do that. So this is fine. This is fine. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to work all the time. I'm just saying it's crazy, man. Blindside is top. Super. You play blindside. You play all the different tactics, right? I mean, it's like you got promoted with every single tactic. I just had to tweak the trichothesis, but the rest is working great. Okay, yeah, I know the blindside is going to be very strong, because right now Guru is also using a version of blindside. I told Guru blindside is actually doing better than Guru side. So he's also using the same tactic. When it comes to tactics, right, I'm not fussy, I will share my formation or the style with my friends, and then they will carry on, and they're not English content creators, so it's fine. So I don't really care. I never really cared, right? All my tactics, you guys have been able to download them since alpha. Alright, so DM. So this I'm not saying this is gonna work. Okay, it's psycho, but it's called funky for a reason, I guess. But this is the changes I'll make. All right. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, right? This tactic, those opposition instructions that I love to use. Show wingers inside. This is the time when you show everybody, all fullbacks, show fullbacks inside. So you go to the opposition instructions. Remember this, right? You are playing it like that all the time. Okay, fullback on the right, show inside. Fullback on the left, show right foot. So left foot, right foot. Then wingbacks, right? Wingbacks are those players who don't have wingers, right? So wingbacks, you tell them, hey, you know what? Try your best to cross the ball. Dribble as much as you want. Okay, come down the flanks. Yeah, I dare you to cross the ball. Okay. Now the reason why I do that is because I usually have good defenders. Yeah. So these guys also, when you play this, right foot, left foot, right? Same applies to AML, AMR. But these guys in the center, you tackle hard, trigger press. The chaotic central midfielder collapsing on the center to take the ball away from them. That's what I do. So this is what you do as well. So you do this. You just leave it like this for every single game, you'll be fine. And then these jokers, weak foot. That's it. For all tactics, this is a simple wise. Basically, I'll never in 100,000 years use this until SI fix the bug. Okay. I don't like this instruction at all. Okay. Because the trap inside is so stupid. Because what will happen is they will just collapse without doing anything. So they collapse and they give way. And the problem is, right, every player says, we're going to trap inside. We're going to leave it to that role that's inside to do all the tackling. What if your role in the center is a playmaker or a Mazala? This Mazala has gone highway. He's gone all the way here. Then he's telling him trap inside. There's nobody here. So he's on the transition. He's going to run all the way back, right? And do the funky. So what I do is like, I rather use OIs. OIs are more effective, in my opinion. I mean, but that's, it's up to you guys. I mean, you guys should just go and try the traps. And don't come to me and say the traps are not working. Because I don't like the traps. Okay, 424. Holy guacamole. What is going on with this 424? Why do you want to offset this guy here? Because you decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to force the AI to think that I got one wing back. Okay, fine. I get this. This is pretty cool. Get this guy. You should play center defense here. Ball playing defender here. I'll tell you why. Okay, listen. You've got a system now where you got this joker coming up here, right? Acting as another DM, right? Okay, you don't need this fella to be the hero, bring the ball out anymore. No? Okay, what you need is this guy to do it. Because this guy is going to bring up the ball. Now, because you got inverted wingback. The inverted wingback has got he's gonna be having the option to take more risks, right? So you can try those like quarterbacks passes. Now you got the quarterbacks. So he can take more risks from here, do the quarterback passes. Now I got ball playing defender coming here. What's he doing? Quarterback passes from the back as well. Because why? He's got to take more risks. And tell him to dribble more. Okay, all right, done. So now you got these two coming in here, both of them quarterbacks, right? Okay, so they're gonna play all those long passes from the back. This guy is gonna help you, do whatever. Okay, the problem with this setup is half space. Both of them going to be in the half spaces. Inside four is going to be half space. What I would do is I'll turn this guy into a wing on attack instead. Why wing on attack? Because when he comes in, you're stretching the width on one side of the pitch with this roll, right? Probably if you're needing to get this guy to drop deep, this winger pressing forward going this way, inside forward going this way. I don't know how this works. I would really need to play. This is one of those complicated systems that's got a lot of movements inside. So inverted wing back, this guy going this way. But why F9? This is just too much. Too complicated. You got too many like maestros trying to do things in this side. They keep it simple. Pressing forward support drops deep. Winger goes this way. Inverted wing back comes here. Box to box can take over and run through and give the ball to the inside four. Inside four can, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate. Just get somebody drop deep and be a link player. That's all. You don't have to go and get somebody to do the funky. Right, F9. Pressing forward is simple. Keep it simple. Balance. Okay, considering you got 4 in front, you want to be balanced. Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, you can play on balance. You can take high. You can take. This is fine. Probably fairly narrow. The players aren't too far apart. Inverted wing back, please get the right player. That's all. Please get the right player because this guy is very important in your tactical system. If your tactics starts to fail, it's because this guy needs to come on support duty. And then he drops into support duty. Then you have width coming from here, and then this guy coming in. Oh. Yeah, okay. This is final third. You're gonna have a lot of possession, but you can create some chances. Inverted wingback coming. Yeah, I'll do this way. This is how I set it up. Okay. Yeah, I go simple CD. Yeah, if you don't, if you're in the lower leagues, play with simple CDs if you can. Don't play with ball playing. Ball playing defenders are okay if they got at least like 9 dribbling, right, and first touch. Sometimes you might end up in a situation where you're in trouble, man. It can happen. Hey, 4-2-3-1 after my heart. CM attack, winger. CM on support, ball winning midfielder on defense, winning the ball in this area, but you only have a fullback. Okay. Low crosses, again, I get, okay, all right. Firstly, Poacher, who's attacking? Just AM. These low crosses is only going to benefit 1 or 2 players in your tactic. Right? Winger coming in to a low cross, this is a possession-heavy tactic. You're spending a lot of time in the final third trying to win the game. So I guess, if you have the players for this is front foot, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attacking duties in the opposition third, right? They're all going to put pressure on the defense to make mistakes. So if you have the players for this is fine. Yeah. Low crosses again, probably go mixed. Yeah, I'll go mixed a bit. Take a chance because when the ball goes up the pitch, this winger might drop in a cross if your poacher is strong in the air. Otherwise, you're forcing the winger to always go to the byline and do a cutback. You can if you have the right kind of players. If you have good players, then go for the low cross. If you can afford to, just depend on these 4 players. I wouldn't change his tactic. This tactic is fine. I mean, like, there's nothing that I would change here. Maybe I will get these guys to mark tighter on defenders. That's about the only thing I'll do. See, narrow, yeah, that's fine. Maybe mark tighter. Take Fury, stay wider. Okay, yeah, okay, I know why, because you're using a fullback instead of a wing back, taking Furious. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this tactic. It just keeps the ball in the area. If you wanted to, a focus play and a focus play down the right so that you can bring the ball up the pitch so the center mids move to the side, and you can do the cross diagonal, which is the reason why this becomes mixed. Alright, that's the reason why it becomes mixed. The Sherby ball is very simple. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution, play or defense. Low defensive line, right, and mid block. Yeah, but you have a top heavy 4-2-3-1 and you prevent short group distribution. That's it. The Sherby is not difficult to do. Yeah. Most people don't understand why the Sherby is the only one. If I want to replicate the Sherby, I'll have prevent short goalkeeper distribution. I'll be playing a 4-2-3-1. I'll be playing with a higher defensive line, but I'll be playing with a mid block. Yeah, that's how I set it up. But this is fine. There's nothing that I wouldn't change too much with this tactic. That tactic, if I don't see anything wrong with the tactics, that I don't want to make changes. I don't think there's anything wrong with the tactic in the first place, Holy guacamole! I love this tactic. Volante attack, fullback attack, fullback. Why this fullback? Okay. You got inverted wingers coming here. They're only gonna feed this player. Yeah, let me think. Overlap. Okay, I get the overlap. Initial positioning of these players are going to be higher. These guys are going to pass. The reason why he's gone with fullbacks on attack is because fullbacks on attack always look to pass the ball inside. Dribble S probably will remove this instruction, right? Because you need some of these players to carry the ball. The volantes need to carry the ball, okay? So what you can also do with the volantes is cheat code. Apply the cheat code, Okay. Can I close down more? They close down more, right? On both sides, no. We're very defensively solid. So step up more. Yeah, okay, fine. Don't use the trap instruction at all costs. Don't ever use the trap instruction. Because you got volantes on it. Okay, this is one really good reason why the trap is going to be a bad idea. Okay. Volantes on attack, right? So everybody tells, but these guys are in attack, right? So what these guys are going to do when the ball is on attack is they're going to look back and say, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm just attack my center. These volantes are running back, helping to defend. This guy's cursing your name. Huda. He's going to scold the manager. You know how much defending I got to do by myself? I'm just running all over the place, pulling your tactic apart. That is the reason why in this tactic, trap inside is a terrible idea. Okay? So don't use the trap inside. Use the OIs I said about, right? Remember the OIs? This one? Use these OIs. Don't use the trap. Avoid the trap at all costs. Okay. The other option you can have, right, instead of using inverted wingers on attack, is actually play inverted wingers on support. Okay. There are two roles here that are pretty good. One is the inverted winger on support. The other one is the winger on support, but you play the player opposite his preferred foot. So either one can work, right? If you play wingers on support, put a right-footed player on the left and a left-footed player on the right, and then get them to cross. They will come inside and they do the cross with the preferred foot, right? They don't do the inverted wing back kind of the inverted wingers funny body shape turn, which gives the defender time to tackle. So this is good. So the wingers hold up. The wingers will this is a natural overlap already. Right? This is a natural overlap, right? So these guys are gonna come up the pitch anyway, right? So it's a natural overlap. They come in here. Volantes attacking the center. This is a variation of this tactic. This is a variation of this tactic. Remember the other tactic I like, the Trequartista tactic. Now, this Trequartistas drop deep, right? Trequartistas drop deep, but they don't do the crazy tackling, right? Okay, they don't do the crazy. So they drop deep, and then you can do the the goal. I bet he can score goals. But here, in this setup, I'll probably go inside forward, right? Because when the tracker thesis drop deep, they create chances, so these guys come in to score goals. Okay, all right. Your version is slightly different because it uses these roles. The volantes on attack. Okay, so if you do volantes on attack, make sure these guys are either inside forwards or wingers. Right, on support. Right, so I will go this way. Not a bad tactic. It's kind of funky. It's kind of funky. The reason why I don't, you're fine to launch attack duties, double attack duties, because you got these 3 in defense. Don't be shy. Yeah, don't be shy. In Football Manager, it doesn't pay to be shy. But let me know how the tactic comes along next week when you come back. Now, a lot of these tactics, we're just talking about it. We're not playing with it, right? So just come back. Let me know how the tactic came along. All right. So, okay, next tactic. Oh, okay, we don't have to play this. We don't have to do anything. We just did a similar variation of this tactic, right? Just earlier. Okay, wingback is correct. Volante will push out the ball. Center midfielder on attack. Okay, what you do with this guy is asking to roam, move into channels. When he roams and moves into channels, he will go left and right. I mean, I personally will go AP and attack. I rather like the AP. Inverted winger come in here, you go and do add the focus play now. So this guy's coming in here. This guy's going to do a natural, right? He's going to naturally overlap because these wingbacks, what they do is these inverted wingers, they like to come into the half space. This wingback will go wide and do the overlap. So when he does the overlap, you will tell him to cross in far post, right? So he will look to play the ball inside here. So you got focus play to the left. You don't really need work ball into box in this tactic, right? Don't play work ball into box. You don't even need play out defense. These are 2 that you don't really need because play out defense is going to drop these 2 even lower, right? So you don't want play out defense. Play out defense is not really your friend, right? Because these guys already defend duties, so don't drop them anymore, right? When you do a play out defense, these 2 will come closer to your defenders to try and play the ball out. And you got ball playing defenders for heaven's sakes. So you don't really need this. This role can actually be a support duty, okay, or a DLP on support. In fact, I'll probably play a DLP on support because he holds his position. Now, I suspect I know why. Because you got a ball playing defenders. You don't need these guys to stay wider. And that is the reason why you're playing when you apply stay wider. That's the reason why you had to play a defend duty. You don't need to play stay wider. These guys are going to go up the pitch. They will defend. You just have this guy helping you by holding position. This guy brings the ball up. That's it. It's simple. You're not overcomplicating this tactic. Mid block. Okay, you can play a mid block. Yeah, fine. Yeah, mid block is fine, right? So just when you do a mid block, tell these guys to mark tight. Yeah. You want these players to be as close to their target as possible so that they can't find them with an easy pass. These guys also, when you do a mid block, ask them to mark tight as well. So they come close, they come back and help. They are not too far away from the fullback, so it removes them. And again, use this opposition instruction, the same opposition instructions. Okay, let's go to the Olympiacos match. Okay, next tactic. Next tactic we have. We gotta do this like how we did just now. Okay. What was this tactic called? 4-2-T1 Bremen. Okay. 4-2-T1, 4-2-3-1 Bremen. Okay, we got 2 tactics here. I'm just gonna take this tactic, right? Buddy good fella. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. F9. Okay, I don't like this at all. Yeah. I don't like this, like too many cooks spoil the broth. And then you got this guy staying in this. You got this F9 trying to create, because wide playmaker, go on Engash in the middle, and then you got one poacher holding the defenders. There's a lot of build-up play going on. And wide playmakers coming, sitting narrow. In terms of possession, okay, but Engash is a role that really needs other roles to work off it. Right. That's what Engash does. And Engash is a hook. So who are you playing on? If somebody were to come to me and do this, right now. And say, Dalji, I've come up with a strikeless tactic. I would say this is a good strikeless tactic. Why Engash? Hook for these two shadow strikers. Right. White playmaker coming in, wing back here, I'll go wing back on attack. This will be a fantastic strikeless tactic right now. I will tell you, this strikeless tactic is very strong. If I were to play this strikeless tactic, I wouldn't be afraid. I would be very confident in my tactic because I'm going to tear a lot of teams apart. Okay? Because here the Engash has got something to work with. Your strikeless tactic has got F9 dropping deep, right, and then advance forward. Oh, sorry, a poacher. This is what he had. Now the Engash is a hook. Who's coming beside him? Like nobody, right? There's no one. He's only the only player is holding up the ball. It's like you put one roll here just to hold up, just to for the F9 to pass the ball to, for him to pass the ball to F9. That's it. Now I probably wouldn't do that. So if I wanted to set up a tactic like this, white playmaker coming in, I'll probably launch these guys as halfbacks. Now the problem in this tactic is you don't have carry. When he drops deep, forms a tree, these guys come in a bit more into the center. You really need this role to drop. So I'll probably go trequartista or attacking midfielder on support or AP on support. Okay, with roam and move into channels. I'll probably get this guy to move around a lot more so that he can operate off these guys. So you can, you got so many roles, AP, AM on support. Then I'll just get these guys to you can play a pressing for on support. You can play a pressing for an attack. Now you got more options on the white playmakers. Double white playmakers. When you have white playmakers on the flanks, you really want them to release somebody that's on the flanks, right? Somebody that's on the flanks. So you got wing backs now being released. Then these white playmakers can also do a deep pass towards these players. So now you got two attackers, and then this is like a white diamond. This is how I set it up. This is precisely. I was like, again here, I'll play mix. Work ball into box, I'll leave it. And then something like this could work, right? Halfback, the problem with this kind of tactics is more ball playing defender on defense. The problem with this is you need carry. So this guy's got to dribble more. At least one of these guys got to dribble more. Right? So one of these guys has to carry the ball. White playmakers here, you want them to sit narrow. They are already sitting narrow. Okay, so this is going to be important because what happens during the transition is they come inside here. They form like a narrow diamond. Right? They'll come in here. And because they come in here, we got this natural oval. These guys aggressively moving up. When they move up, then when they get the ball, they can lock in passes from here. So guess what happens if you pass into space? So now what you have is a very attacking tactic. Different 4-4, a 4-4-2 white diamond. So this is much better. If you feel like you may not have the players for this role, then go fullback on attack. They go around, but they always look to pass the ball. Your challenge is this halfback role because you need players to bring the ball forward. This is the reason why I chose wing backs. This halfback is not going to, when they form a three, this guy's going to come out looking to make a pass. They play the short pass to this white playmaker. He doesn't have options. Your tactic falls apart, which is the reason why I went wing back first. If your tactic is always falling apart here, you have to change his role to a DM. Then you can't play the three man at the back. He has to come out and be the diamond. He has to create the diamond for you so that you can have passing diamonds to move the ball up the pitch. All right, now next tactic. And this is the one that we are playing with now. Okay, hold on. Sean. 3-3-1, possession, attack. Okay, so we are playing this tactic now. Now against Olympiacos. I haven't seen this tactic. It's the first time seeing this tactic. I have no idea. I know you guys uploaded these tactics when it came on the stream earlier. I think we put a link up so early on the stream, right? All right, let's go. Okay, let's try this tactical system out. This will be fun. I've never seen this. I have never seen a tactic like this in my entire life. Okay. But you guys have to try the trouble triquartistas, man. Blindside is very, very strong right now. In fact, I'm still playing with Scramjet 2, right, for FM23. But if I wanted to play with a tactic right now, which can give me a 100-goal striker, I'll be using Blindside. Yeah. Blindside can also be changed to an Engash, Shadow Striker combination, or a Engash, Trequartista combination. Very strong. Okay, so DM halfback coming in here. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay. I'll quickly. Okay, this. Okay, I'll tell you what. This without thinking too much, right? Get this guy. Get further forward. Cross from byline. Take more risks. Okay, get him up the pitch. Get this guy up the pitch. He's got to get up the pitch, right? Halfback is here, is holding the fort. This white center back will come in here. If you do a focus play down the right, then the white center back is actually going to shift here. This becomes like a quasi, what's that called? Like a fullback, white fullback. So here, whip crosses, we're going to leave it to mix. I generally tell people, in all tactics, I just go mix first. Yeah. If you're having problems scoring with your tactic, please change your tactic to mix passing. Mix crosses. Okay, don't try anything else yet. Just go mix. Okay, who do we want to play on the right? We got Ajoki, I'll play him. Fasla, Modesta, Mounier. Mounier has got some aggression. At least I'll play him here. Okay, this defensive winger, if you don't have a player with aggression, don't play him there. Right, you need a player with aggression. Whatever it is, right? You just make sure that this guy's got aggression. That's it. That's the most important attribute that you need. I mean, I think all of you those of you who have come on my streams have seen it very clearly. I am like, whenever I have players, defensive wingers with low aggression, you notice, right, we're struggling. Then when I stick in a defensive winger with very strong aggression, we are flying. Okay. Can I bring Donnell Marlon asking to play as a shadow striker? Marcos Royce is not 100%. No, I didn't put it inside the public one. I think Blindside is in the Discord folder. Yeah. But I've actually explained to you all how to create Blindside, right? I explained it already. I have a few streams. I've done it already. All the streams I showed how to craft Blindside. See your tactic. Just make those. I just made a few changes, right? This guy, get him up the pitch. Halfback, one focus play. Probably won't use work ball into box. Okay, distribute quickly. Counter. Okay, we can do a counter. Remove the counter press. I'm only worried about your left flank right now. Look at the right flank. Your right flank is kicking into gear because we have that white centre back pushing up, acting like a quasi fullback now. Basically, when I defend with two defenders. But it's a bit lopsided. When the white centre back, you ought to be even more hero. You can, no. I've done this many times with white centre backs. You can even go white centre back attack. Now what I can do with this guy is go cross far post, can never take more risks. Okay, let's try that for fun, okay? Yeah. But our problem is right now, this is a very risky thing to do because Matt Hummels is actually a very slow defender. It's like the world is super slow though. Right? So we're gonna have problems down that flank. So something that you can do with your tactic. Now we just went a bit more. We'll see. Well, let's see whether we can survive with. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We just change this guy back to white center back on support. Okay. Because of Hummels. I cannot take chances with Hummels yet. Second half we will. Okay. Inverted winger. Look at where the defensive winger comes in. This is the reason why you want your defensive winger to take more risks and get further forward. Right? It's like a very good way of playing the defensive winger because what you end up getting is not a defensive winger. You get what a lot of people try to do in previous editions of Football Manager, right? Remember the old days when I think we got notches, sliders, and all that nonsense, right? We had all these sliders, notches, mentality, and all that stuff. We had to physically set it up, right? I used to set my wingers up exactly like this, like maximum pressing because I wanted a pressing winger. This is the only way to do a Football Manager. Right now, the only way you can get a very good pressing winger is by playing a defensive winger, right? And telling him to go to the bylines to cross the ball. So you get a pressing winger instead. So if you can even play it, you can even set it up in a 4-4-2. They will press aggressively, but what you really need is the magic from what's that thing that we need? We need aggression, we need stamina, work rate. So this is how I would set it up. Whether or not we win or not, I don't know, man. Okay, so Jude Bellingham. Okay, come on, Wolf. Do it for me, man. Our right flank hasn't been a problem, it's our left flank. Surprisingly, that flank that we are more aggressive on. Okay, all right. Screw this inverted winger. I don't like inverted wingers. I'd rather play a winger any time of the day. Okay. Mark tighter. Okay. Take more risks. Cross on byline. Okay. Alright. So we get this winger. Or rather, we won't cross on byline. We just take more risks. Okay. Right-footed player. Please be a right-footed player. Okay. Right-footed player. Okay. Okay, why did I opt for a winger instead of a inverted winger? Inverted wingers do that funky, I want to turn a bit before I cross the ball. Wingers on the other hand, they don't do that. They just cross the ball. They don't waste time. So I prefer a winger and they stay wider. So they give us the width. Because we got no width in this tactic, right? We got width here, but we don't have width on that side. We're getting quite hammered that side. Yeah, let's take off, I don't know who we're going to bring on. Break out Ogbonna. Okay. Royce. He can't cross the ball, so. Munier for Wolf. Okay. Salih Oskan for Bellingham. Or Dawood. No, Dawood. Get it. Okay. So, this only was kind of okay. All right, let's go. Okay. I mean, we got the transitions. We just didn't score the goal that we needed to score earlier. Everything is happening down the left. Our left. We are conceding a lot of chances down our left. Yeah. Jude Bellingham can't play anymore. Okay, and then what else can we? I think that's about it, right? Shorter back. Yeah, that's all. I mean, if you want to play like this, I will probably just put a defensive winger here instead of playing a winger. I don't really see the point. Like, this is much more safer to play. And then you want you to get up the pitch. Just do this. Take more risk, cross on byline, get further forward. That's it. You protect the flanks and you get the width in your tactic. Right? Instead of you just going, okay, I want to put somebody, it's not like you're not going to get goal scoring opportunities. You are. It's a question of whether your players are good enough to move the ball up the pitch, right? So that's all you got to worry about now. And then attacking, all your transitions are very fast. All your passes are very long. Jai will probably go to positive to keep the ball and to move the ball up the pitch, right? So I would definitely be able to transition up the pitch a bit more effectively. When you play on attacking mentality, your players are actually going to try more direct passes as well. So sometimes you give the ball away just for no rhyme or reason, right? So I will probably, this tactic, I'll probably play on balance or positive. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be playing this tactic on attacking. Now you see advanced forward, AP and shadow striker. This is actually a very good combination on top. So you got this guy. What you do with this guy is move, roam. This is what we need him to do. We need to swing left, swing right, swing left, swing right. Okay, final instruction, focus play, focus. Now we can go, we got little triangles all the way up to the top of the pitch. We got little triangles all the way up to the way. And guess what you can do with this tactic? This is what you can do with this tactic. This tactic can launch these wide centre backs into attack. So your wide centre backs become very dangerous players. Okay, so now your wide centre backs can also cross the ball, right? Cross in far post, cross him, and they're just going to cross the ball. So I can actually get my wide centre backs up the pitch. You know what's the furthest my wide centre backs have gone? Into the opponent, right to the edge of the opponent's penalty area to create a chance. Yeah, it's something that you will not see happening until you try it out. I mean, now we're not really fussed about what's happening in the game. I just want to show you the options that you have in your tactic. So this is something that you might want to consider when you're playing with your tactic. I hope that you can score a goal. I don't think we have much time. Okay, see now you see the build-up play. We've got so many options. Look at the winger as he presses, right? He actually tries to get on the flanks. And we're gonna put pressure on this back line now when you want to try and build the play up. And defensively, we're still very strong, right? So there we go. Another build-up play. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing that holding us off was probably the player couldn't trigger the right pass right into the between the lines. 1, 2, and then you got options to pass the ball. Defensive winger is here. And even when the defensive winger can't play the pass, right? Those white centre backs, what they do the deep cross. The white centre back comes all the way up down the flanks to support play. So you can actually put a lot of pressure on teams playing with white centre backs. Right? White centre backs are not very defensive. If you can set it up right, there can be very attacking roles. All right, so I would definitely just drop this guy into this position, play him as a defensive winger, and you can have a very, very solid tactic. In fact, this is already a very solid tactic. So this is how I would play. You'll definitely be a high possession tactic. At the moment, it's not a high possession tactic because you're losing the ball in a lot of places. Okay, this 4-3-3 car mass. Okay, whenever you use a Carrillo and a Mazzala, you're a flank-based tactic all the way. Okay, so you're not using overlaps here. You're using focus play. Okay. So when you're using these roles, they go into half space. You need these guys going around. They're gonna drop balls. You're gonna move teams to the right. You don't need these guys to do overlap. I wouldn't use an inverted winger as well. I just use a winger. Winger on support instead of inverted winger. You want to build play up, right? So you got a Mazzala here. He's in half space. You don't need another role to enter the half space. This guy will just do a boom around him. Does a boom, right? Just runs around him, and then you'll have focus play left and right. This is a high possession based tactic, right? So this is one of those tactics which will score a lot of goals from low crosses. So you got Mazzala, Carrillo, halfback, wingback doing a natural overlap. I mean, if you wanted to just pass a team to death, yeah, pressing for support also. Yeah, this is just passing a team to death. If you have the players for it, why not? If you don't, then he still will score a lot of goals, so you can just play pressing for an attack. Right, so this can work. Pressing slightly lower tempo, fairly wide counter press. Yeah, I wouldn't. This tactic is fine. See any PIs? Yeah, I probably would add Mark. Okay, you done it already. Take more risk, tackle harder is fine. Tackle harder is fine. Halfback drop deep. Yep, fine. Winger on support. Yeah. You don't need. There's no need for any. Here, I probably wouldn't do this. Yeah, just leave it like this. And because he is going to be in the half space with this guy, there'll be a lot of players holding hands. I'll let you know now. This side, there will be players holding hands. Oh, okay, we'll tell you to stay wide. Okay, I think we should. Because a car comes here and helps you defend. Wingback goes round. Yeah, and a Mazzala. I mean, honestly, if you like this, you're happy with this goal. This is a very move them around and try and score goals, right? But may not score a lot of goals. That's the problem. If that happens to you and you are getting frustrated, this is what you do. CM on attack. Then you got a blind man, a third man runs from this role position, and you can still use a pressing for support or attack. Because now what you're going to get is this guy dropping deep or moving left and right, creating space for this player to come in and score goals. Right, so this is the final way of doing it. You can still keep the name 433 Carrillo because you got a Carrillo. Opposition instructions are the same. Don't change. No, the beauty of opposition instructions is ever since they did the fix in FM 22. Thank you, SI. I don't have to use the trap inside, trap outside instructions because the trap inside, trap outside is a bit more extreme style of pressing instructions. I probably would. I mean, here, trap outside is probably it, but the problem is you got wingbacks on attack, right? So everybody is going, hey, you know what? The player is helping us defense the wingback on attack. Then your trap outside, these guys are cursing and swearing at you because the central defender is always coming out, right? So that's going to be an issue. Okay, that's it, man. So we've covered quite a few tactics, man. I'm sorry, but we have time. Scramjet brought me, of course, I had to try your 3 creations. Cranjet brought me from Van Rama South to National. Monty Python brought me from League 2 to League 1. And I'm fighting for promotion with Blindside. Yeah, I know. The tactics are fun. Football Manager right now, the easiest thing in this game is to score with 100 goals with one striker. Really, it's that easy. It's not hard at all. Okay. Scoring 100 goals with a striker is not hard. It's not hard if you got the right players. Right. Okay. So if you don't have the right players, you go get the right players, you score 100 goals. Tactics, a lot of tactics are doing well. Let me try and find Blindside. I think I know you guys will probably want to know what Blindside is all about. Right? We keep talking about, all the guys on Discord are talking about Blindside. So and then it's a tactic I shared with a few the French community. Right. So not the whole French community, but somebody in the French community. Let's see if I can find Blindside. First, I got to find Blindside myself. There we go. Blindside. Oh, yeah, I got 2 versions of Blindside. Okay. All right, there we go. Blindside, LLM, and Blindside. There are 2. Hey, let's look at the Blindside lower league. Blindside. Okay, this is it. Trequartista, Shadow Striker, Trequartista. Wing on attacks, complete wingback, DLP, ball playing defender, all with dribble more, right? Now, if you're playing LLM, probably you're better off doing this. Yeah, probably better off doing central defenders. No, don't go this, right? So this is one version. Then you got Trequartista, hold up. The Trequartistas both hold up the ball. The idea is to hold up the ball. The winger goes around them. Complete wingbacks on support. So I just save this since you guys are asking about it, right? So D. Hey, this is in the D folder. It actually was in the D folder. Ouch. Daljit, you stupid idiot. Okay, let's go to public. I'll just put it here, okay, so you guys can have a look at it. If you guys want to play, I'm not suggesting. Hey, who uploaded tactics? I gotta delete this tactic again. One of you keeps uploading tactics into my folder. I know I'm a nice guy, share tactics. No big deal, right? Yeah, come in here, but don't Blindside. Okay, this is Blindside. FM23. Alright, so most of these tactics I end up using them for FM24 as well. So we got attack. This is Blindside, so you can use this. You can even put an Engosh here. Engosh works. And this is the one time you should use Engosh. Engosh, Shadow Striker, Engosh, Trequartista. What's the other one that I had? Blindside, that's the first Blindside, right? This is Blindside FM23. This is the winter patch tactics for the public. Okay, let's go Discord tactics. Winter patch. Blindside is this another version. This slightly different version, I think. I can't remember what's the difference. I think it's got to do with the PIs. Yeah, but essentially the same, mid blocks. Yeah, all the way. I love Blindside. And then this was Monty Python, right? You guys got Monty Python already, yeah? Monty Python, as you know, okay, this one is a mad goal scoring tactic, okay? So, there are several ways. You see my streams. You notice what I've done, right? Sometimes this guy becomes a ball winning midfielder on support. This guy changes to DLP on support. There's a reason why, I don't want to explain it right now, but there are lots of reasons why I make those changes. Because this is a Monty Python I uploaded for you guys. There's where is the 5-channel attack? The 5-channel attack is another crazy goal scoring tactic. Right, so this one has got wide target man, Shadow Striker, poacher, inside forward, ball, box to box that hustles up and down. He got fullback attack doing the round, goes around him, and then pass into space. Yeah, so that's a 5-channel attack system. Yeah, dribble more. I think, I'm not going to be uploading any more tactics. I think that's enough. Anyway, the Christmas tree is here as well. The last Christmas, gave you my hand. Very next day, you took it away. Yeah, I had to call it Last Christmas because I was actually listening to the damn song when I was playing this, when I was making this tactic. Okay, so don't laugh at me. Yeah? I did. I heard Last Christmas. Actually, that's the name of the tactic already. I will always remember this tactic because it was Last Christmas. Okay, this one. Take more risks. You can make a modification of this tactic. You know, seeing how much I love this. Okay, take more risk. Focus play to the middle. You can definitely add pass into space in this tactic. The wing backs go launching box to box, and Mazalas help protect. Now, if you're finding that your tactic is struggling with this Mazala, changing the Carrillo, right? But we need the flank support at least for this side. This side is very important. So the guy goes around and then creates goal scoring chances here. That's last Christmas, another mental tactic right now. Pantera Rosa is from last year, right? So this is the version that I had last year. Pantera Rosa is also a 5-channel attack system, but it does not utilize the what target man. Instead, it uses an inverted winger. Now, in Football Manager, you can change this from if your players are not very good, I would recommend changing this to a winger. Okay, what else do we have? Last year's Houdini's brother is still working. Yeah, a lot of my tactics from last year is still working. Yeah. 3-4-3 monster. I don't know what this is, man. Oh, this is my 3-4-3 tactic. You know, defensive winger, pressing forward, pressing what advance forward, volunteer, roaming, playmaker, or playing. You can also use white centre backs in this. This is a very push. This is a very high risk push tactic. Now, I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have strong players. This demands that these players can bring the ball up to this point and play the pass. If they can't, switch to the white centre backs and immediately add focus play left and right. This is a massive goal scoring tactic. Yeah, I've got a lot. I mean, you guys are all on Discord. You should know. I keep dumping. This is not even on Discord. This is on the public. I think there are about. I have to stop making tactics. Holy Grail Strikeless. Oh, then this is a Holy Grail. Right? Remember we were playing with this for a while. I called it the Holy Grail because it looked like a cup. This is the handle. This is the base of the cup. It looks like a Holy Grail. Yeah. This is the remember the Holy Grail Monty Python combination? This was it. Yeah. So there are many tactics that can work in Football Manager. Some are crazy. This is Black Betty. This is a variation of Scramjet. This is the safer one. Remember I created Scramjet, right? This is Scramjet safe. So I call it Black Betty. Yeah. All right. So they're all here. So if you make tactics. The reason why I put all these tactics in here for you guys is very simple, right? It's not to show off my tactics. It's because I can't be bothered if people use my tactics, go there and then change their name to themselves. Really, it doesn't bother me. Okay. I don't get upset about small things. Okay, these are all like I don't care. Okay. Because at the end of the day, what I want from these tactics for you to go out there and use the tactics as templates for yourself. Enjoy yourself, understand a bit more about the importance of getting the right players to play those roles. Like a defensive winger, you get a player who's got no aggression, good luck to you. Okay? Right? There's no point. You want a player with high aggression to play as a defensive winger. Aggression, work rate, stamina, and bravery. These are important attributes. So when I create these tactics, it's for you to go out there, use them as base plays to, understand the game a bit more, play the game. The problem will start if you start randomly picking a tactic up and go, my game is not working, I'm using this tactic. Oh no, I can't. I have to use this tactic. If you play like that, then no amount of tactics is going to help you. Because you need to start with something first. And the reason why, a long time ago in a far away, I was terrible at tactics. Yeah, that was to 1998. Yeah, I was terrible at tactics. I couldn't even make a tactic to save my life. I got fired from Liverpool. I'll play the first version of Championship Manager. Then I talked to someone. Can't even remember the name of the person. Yeah, I think it was Welsh Web Wizard. That was his name. And then he back in the day, the guy just said, "Oh, you do this, do that." And then I went and downloaded some tactic. Those days there was no Dropbox, nothing, right? Just bulletin board kind of nonsense, right? So I downloaded a tactic. That was the only time I downloaded a tactic in my entire life. Then I understood, so this is how you make a tactic. Then I broke the game down. Back in the day, you can actually go into the script. Because those days, Championship Manager, we could go into Championship Manager and actually look for it. We can actually open the FMF files. You can actually see what the settings are for different tactics in the game, right? You see the AI settings and go like, oh, this is the setting the AI uses. Then you understand, okay, this is what the creator meant. So when I create my tactics, right, it's more like I'm hoping that you can try and understand the logic behind the roles and duties that I use. That's all. Because if you can understand the logic behind the roles and duties, half the battle is won. And that's how I learned to play the game. Understand the logic first. Why did he put this role here? Why? Even on Discord, we've got plenty of questions. Or even if you're not on Discord, you want to look me up on Twitter. Please send me a message. I don't have all the time to respond to every DM, but in fact, Twitter also, I'm not on Twitter most of the time. But you come on the streams, ask me. Yeah, I will always. You guys have seen me, right? I stop a stream halfway, and I load up another save because somebody asked a question about a tactic. If I have to, I'll just explain, because the only reason why I stream and do content is to help you guys answer questions. That's it. That's the only reason why I do this. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Meanwhile, the land, my little children are screaming for their daddy. I got to go before my wife decides. Hey, before she denies me the finer things in life. Okay, you guys have a good one. Have a great time. Tomorrow, Napoli. We took over Napoli when in the relegation zone. We were mid-table this season after adding a whole bunch of new players to the team. We had a chaotic start to the season. But guess what? By some miracle, we managed to squeeze through to the next round of the Champions League. And by some miracle, we are in touching distance of the league leaders. Okay? After all the disasters at the start of the season, we have somehow or other found some stability. Do we continue with Scramjet 2 tomorrow? Or do we play with Black Betty, which is Scramjet's 2 safer version? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. So once again, I want to thank you for your support. You've been absolutely fantastic. I hope that you guys answer all your questions. If you need any other help, find me on Twitter. Find me on the stream tomorrow. It doesn't matter if it's a short question. If you need help with a specific thing you don't understand in the game, ask me. I've already done an LLM guide because one of you guys asked me for it, right? So the video is coming out tomorrow. It's a very simple LLM guide. Tells you what to do, what are the main things that you want to focus on, even tactics, right? I'll tell you which is the best LLM tactic. I think, I'll suggest a tactic for you and you can go from there. In fact, I think I suggested it to quite a few of you. Some of you just went, okay, now you're bored and you're using Scramjet. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys, man. So you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.